into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. How are you doing on this amazing Friday? Yay! Because we're so excited. The weekend is finally here. You're excited.
You're super excited.
There are so many reasons to be excited.
Well,
this
I can
morning,
tell
guys.
you one of those reasons would be the 5FM team telling us exactly what's happening in and around a city near you. For example, Pretoria hosting Springboks versus France. Here in Cape Town, there's the Wedding Expo. So much is going on this weekend.
Yeah, no, that yay might have had something to do with the Springboks and a very new look Springboks side. Lots of pressure on Alistair Coetzee, but he has gone with a South African-based, very young, very deserving side out there against France tomorrow. We've also got Bafana up against Nigeria in the AFCON qualifiers. So much sport to get into this weekend.
Very cool. We also take a look at what's trending this morning, and wedding photos are all the rage. But how about one that takes on an explosive approach? We're going to check out the fireworks where that's concerned.
Absolutely love it. Then, of course, ready to rock us into the weekend, and we've just heard their sound check. They are sounding phenomenal. What started out as a passion project has evolved into something truly spectacular. Coded are yeah to rock us into the weekend. It's going to be a good one.
Amazing. It's going to be a good one. But before we get into anything here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, let's check out what's happening in the weather.
Thank you so much, team. It's going to be a beautiful Friday, that's for sure. Let's quickly get into your weather like we do early on your weekday mornings. Now, it seems like most parts of the country can expect partly cloudy conditions today with a rather chilly start for most parts of South Africa. Polokwane is starting off on 3 degrees minimum and a maximum of 18. Mbombela 7, 19. Pretoria starting off on 4 this morning with a maximum of 19 degrees. Johannesburg 2 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 18. Mahikeng 6, 22. Klerksdorp 3, 21, Kimberley 7, 18, Bloemfontein 'n koue -1 graad minimum vanoggend en 'n maximum van 'n koel 18, Richards Bay 14, 21, Pietermaritzburg 5, 16, Durban 14, 19, Mthatha begin op 3 grade minimum en 'n maximum van 16, Oos-London 14 en 'n maximum van 18, Cradock on 8 degrees minimum and a maximum of 17, Port Elizabeth 12, 19, George 12, 19 as well, Sutherland 5 and a maximum of a cold 7 degrees, Cape Town 11, 16, Worcester 8, 14, Springbok 8 and a maximum of 19, and Uppington kicking off on 12 this morning and a maximum of 22 degrees. That's a wrap for your weather for the 6:30 bulletin. We'll keep you updated with those temperatures throughout the course of your Friday. I'm back just after 7 o'clock.
Well, thank you for that. Well, let's get your morning started by taking a first look at your traffic. We start off with traffic in Gauteng and Boysens. There's some congestion building on the M1 northbound heading towards the Crown interchange. If you are in Cape Town and Athlone on the N2 inbound, there's a stationary vehicle. There's some construction near the area, so please be careful. There's also congestion at the airport causing some delays. If you're in Knysna in that area, on the N2 roads have been opened between Sedgefield and Plettenberg Bay. However, motorists are urged to slow down in that area due to smoke and poor visibility. We'll bring you another traffic update in half an hour's time right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, no. No gum. No gum, please. Take the gum out.
The battle lines have been drawn. It's my favorite part of a Friday. Time to put us through our paces. See who's been switched on and on the money this week with a little game of Espresso Rewind. Haven't seen you guys this tense and worked up before. This one's going to get quite hectic, I think.
I'm just settling into my space. Hang on.
You and it's all on you for the gents this morning. So we know the drill. I'm going to post some questions relating to our content this week, and we've had some fantastic stories and segments. Then you guys hopefully will be on the money. I need your buzzer sounds first of all, please. Ooh, bang!
Me.
Bing. Me. Okay, I love it. Enthusiastic. Are you guys ready
Ready.
to rock and roll? You know the drill. Eyes forward. Please
Okay.
don't answer or make your buzzer sound until I've asked the question, and that question mark has come out. So our first question: what fruit is a hybrid between a pomelo and an orange?
Bang.
I'll have to go with Ewan's rather unconvincing buzzer sound there.
It's good.
It's a pomerange.
That is the worst guess we've had all week.
Pomerange.
Would you like to have a crack at that?
Okay. Give it to
Pomerange.
Guys, it's a grapefruit.
Bye, Felicia.
It's the
Minus
humble
one.
grapefruit. Okay,
Yes.
eyes front,
Okay.
eyes front.
He's got minus one.
Off to a bit of a slow start. This one you should enjoy for my pronunciation. Who won the Artia Kafia Media Firki for best presenter for an entertainment show? Yeah.
You had to wait until the question was over. Sorry,
But I did say
Felicia.
First class.
It is Sean Marco Foster.
Boom, on the money. So 1 point.
Hey,
Come on,
Kafia.
Yevis. Come on,
I knew
Yevis.
that one.
Moving on to our third question. What is Art
the most unfair
Matthews'
game in the world.
new single called?
Come here, you must know this one.
I know it was a great song.
Leanne?
Wonder Years. Yeah.
Boom, that's two. I told you.
You guys can
Leanne.
start
I think
playing.
Come
someone
on,
gave
Ewan.
the
Zoe,
answer
where are you? Are
behind
you
the
even here
camera.
this morning?
I am
Are you
here.
still
I
at
feel like
home in
someone's
bed
helping
this
Leanne.
morning? Moving on to our final question for our panel here. I would say expert panel on the couch. Which artist would have been 59 years old this week?
Me?
Ewan?
That was
I swear me was
Prince.
first.
Come on.
That's me.
Come on.
So
So we
just
just share that
on
point.
balance, so you
Thank
don't even
you.
get a look in.
Let's
Well
share that
done.
point.
2-1 to Leanne. Well done, you are a reigning champion.
I'm just gonna say that we will just relook this video because she did.
We're going
she
to
did-
go to the
she did
television referee for this one.
Felicia.
Before your question was up, I'm just saying.
So hopefully you guys at home can play along a little bit more fairly. Here's a question for you guys. And hopefully you were concentrating yesterday, which was World Oceans Day. So warmer sea temperatures and ocean acidification leads to what? Share that answer with us on our social media platforms. And if you're not sure, you can always go to our YouTube channel to watch all of the videos and awesome content over the last week. Well done, Leanne, as proud as Punch.
Thank you so much, guys. Well, still to come after the break, we're letting you know what you can do this weekend on with 5FM.
Absolutely, and then it's also a big weekend. Graham is very excited in terms of sports. We'll bring you the roundup just after these.
welcome back. You're live with Expresso on a Friday. Breathe out a collective woo-sa. We've got what you're craving for. Let's give you our pick of the weekend's action. Of course, we connect with the only other breakfast team as energetic and crazy as ours, Mr. Roger Good, Sureshni Ryder, Miss Cosmo, and I'm sure as excited about the Springboks test against France, Mr. Robbie Cruz. It's the team from 5FM. Morning, guys. Oh, love it. What have you got for us?
Hi, Graham. Hey, congratulations on your baby, man.
Thank you, my man. What a boykie. What a boykie, man.
While we got you, just tell Leanne thanks for the invite to the Game of Thrones party as well. Looked fantastic.
Saved.
Okay, all right, Johannesburg. We got the Lyric at Gold Reef City Casino, Johannesburg. Paul Pops will be doing his second one-man show, giving us some insight on his views from life to family, a journey into the crazy things that happen in his world and in his head with his 30th birthday comedy special. So grab your friends and have a laugh. $150 will get you in. Port Elizabeth, the Windy City, Nelson Mandela Bay, Boardwalk, the Convention Centre, at the casino. PE will be treated to 5 of the biggest names in South African comedy, all on one stage. It's a Big 5 comedy show starring Barry Hilton, Jason Goliath, Stuart Taylor, Joey Rastine, and Nick Rabinovitz, together with the legendary DJ Reddy D rocking the decks. So this comedy sensation debut in Port Elizabeth, not to be missed. Again, $150 gets you in. And finally, Loftus at the Versfeld Stadium. This incoming series match sees the Springboks and France go head-to-head this Saturday at the Loftus Versfeld Stadium in Pretoria. Get in on the action and help make Loftus green again with the support. $200 gets you in. How's things looking your side there?
Well, a big one. We're going to make grooms very nervous this weekend and give brides their tiaras at the Cape Town Convention Centre. It is, of course, the Wedding Expo, one of the biggest expos on the planet when it comes to a wedding. With your wedding, looking for a wedding planner, venue, dress, photographer, or something special to tie together that beautiful day, they have got absolutely everything you need. Ladies, make sure you arrive with plenty of questions because you're going to find your wedding fairy godmother there to answer them. Tickets are looking pretty inexpensive. 30 to 80 Rand will get you in, and that runs between tomorrow and Sunday, and doors open at 9 a.m. And that's what we got for you ahead of the weekend. Can I get a hoorah? Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, Mr. Roger Good and the rest of his team.
So much, G. Thank you so much to 5FM, and definitely we'll be having birthday celebrations next year. We'll do it even better. Okay, so anyways, we absolutely fell in love with the new Miss South Africa, Demi Lee, when she visited our studios earlier this year, right? She is absolutely gorgeous. So naturally, we too were incredibly shocked to find out that she had been a victim of an attempted hijacking. Now, Demi Lee was near Hyde Park Shopping Centre when 4 armed men demanded that she get out of her car. Fortunately, her self-defense techniques kicked in and she punched one of the attackers in the throat before running for help. Now, while she is safe and unharmed, she will be taking it easy over the next few days, which we think is a very good idea. And our thoughts are definitely with her during this trying time. I mean, that is... by the grace of God.
That is shocking.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that she's okay.
I know that she's safe and that she's sound and that she's just taking a few days just to deal with everything. Well, on to some other news. Gigi Lamaine has got some very exciting news for us. Taking to Instagram, the rapper showed off a gorgeous ring on her left hand, confirming that he liked it and he went and put a ring on it. Now, while she's not revealed who the lucky man is, with the wedding on the way, we're sure that she won't be keeping him a secret for very much longer. We just want to say congratulations to the bride-to-be.
Well, come to Cape Town. There's a wedding expo this weekend.
Yes! Very good idea.
That's it. Thank you so much, Leanne. That's a wrap up of your local entertainment news. We'll get into your international entertainment news a little bit later on. Right now, though, I know Graham has been waiting to talk about this weekend's sport, so here we go.
Oh, so many highlights to wade through this morning. But first up, of course, the ICC Champions Trophy now under full way. And the Proteas, they've been fighting hard in the 2017 edition. And while we narrowly lost out to Pakistan on Wednesday by 19 runs, we're not going down without a fight as we face off against probably our toughest competitor to date. It's India this weekend. So our celeb friends weighed in on who they think might win this almighty clash.
Oh, yeah, those guys are a bit tricky. That's a toughie, because they're good. They are good. I think that's going to be a 50-50 as well. I'm going to be that person. Don't bet with me. You're probably not going to win your $100.
Well, we are definitely going to win that one, but I think that's going to be really close.
Yeah, no, South Africans. In cricket, South Africans are number one.
Ooh, okay, now this is a hard one. Oh, my goodness, this is going to be it. South Africa! What am I talking about? The Proteas. Protea flower. And then, have you... There's other irons of that.
South Africa versus India, South Africa. South Africa. South Africa.
India's had an amazing season. I think they'll obviously give us a tough run, but again, the Proteas. What an amazing team. The Proteas will definitely win, yeah.
So there is an action-packed weekend of sport coming our way. We keep saying it. All eyes, of course, will be on our national rugby team. And then we've got our national soccer team in action as well, ahead of their AFCON 2019 qualifier. But the big one for me, up against France. Why? Because of the pressure on the team, the pressure on Alistair Coetzee. Garrin Lambley now joins us once again for a very interesting chat this morning. We wanted a local team. We wanted a fresh team. I think only 4 players, if you look back to that first test under his tenure back against Wales, only 4 players have retained their place in that squad. What do you make of the makeup of this very Lions-dominated, understandably, team?
Absolutely. As you say, you know, it's based in South Africa, the starting 15, and very much a Lions-looking team. Obviously, we know from Super Rugby that the Lions have been the standout South African team. 7 of the 15 starters from the Lions. The next best is only the Stormers with 3. So he's gone for a very inexperienced yet in-form team. Whether that'll be good enough, obviously, to beat France remains to be seen. This time last year, when he was picking his first side, we didn't really know what to expect from Alistair Coetzee. Yeah. He's obviously got his game plan that he wants to stick to. He's picked combinations. You've got Ross Cornelia and Elton Jantjies from the Lions at halfback. You've got the Bulls centre pairing, and you've got some novices out in the back 3. I haven't played a test between the back 3, so that could be where the French look to exploit us a little bit. Up front, obviously, Ibn Etzebeth looking to lead the tight 5 against the French, who themselves are missing a couple of players because they've played their final of their top 14 last Sunday. I think they might be a little bit better in the second test. Hopefully we'll be 1-0 up come that second test in Durban.
One name that jumps out for me who's been amazing on form, Raymond Rule, one of the more experienced players who's made it into the side. Is there a name missing from that team, someone that you would have brought in?
I'm a little bit concerned with the loose trio. You know, Jaco Kriel has been, for me, the standout loose forward for the Lions again. You know, he's picked up a bit of an injury. He sat out a few of the Lions' latest Super Rugby games, but I think we might miss him. You know, he clearly is that man you want fetching the ball on the ground. Sia Khaleesi, Oppo Mahoje, Raymond Rule's partner at the Cheetahs, whether they can get the job done remains to be seen. And obviously we've got a new captain in Warren Whiteley at number 8 as well. You know, he's going to lead in sort of a Gary Teichmann type mould. I think lead from the front. You know, he'll obviously want to get off to a winning start as the captain as well. But it's a tough series, and obviously then the Rugby Championship straight afterwards. So it's just a tough baptism for him for sure.
It really is going to be rough, but I think definitely the best man for the job. Then looking at some of those fixtures coming up, we've got some big international games. Australia, Fiji, a war of attrition there. Japan, Romania, Italy, Scotland, the big one for us. South Africa, France, Argentina, England, USA, Ireland, Canada and Georgia. But international rugby now fully underway. So when we look at international sports at the moment, obviously our AFCON 2019 qualifier, Stuart Baxter, has come into the fold. He's named a new captain. What do you make of the Bafana outfit at the moment, quietly rumbling on in the background?
Absolutely. You know, like you said, again, a new captain, new coach as well, fresh beginnings for Bafana. You know, obviously we'd love to see them winning again, get back to winning ways. They're in the middle of trying to qualify for next year's Soccer World Cup. This Saturday they're playing Nigeria in Nigeria, looking to qualify for the 2019 AFCON. You know, we missed out in this year's AFCON, so hopefully we get off to a winning start. It's a tough group we're in. Only the winners are guaranteed to go through. Nigeria, in the past, have been our nemesis.
Can you beat the Super Eagles at home?
Yeah, that is the question. I believe we haven't beaten them in any competitive match in 25 years. So that, you know, that's asking a lot. I think we'll probably be happy with an away draw, to be quite honest. You know, Stuart Baxter obviously comes with an amazing pedigree. Not his first time in charge of Bafana. Hopefully he gets the guys motivated enough to at least pick up that away draw, which will be gold, I think, at the end of the day. Then we play Libya and the Seychelles, obviously not superpowers in the world of soccer. So, you know, I think we'll settle for the 1 point away from home this weekend.
I have to say, Stuart Baxter, very brave man stepping back into that hot seat. Garrin, thank you so much.
Graham.
Enjoy every ounce of the sport this weekend. Hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or all of our social media platforms. What predictions are you making ahead of a very big sporting weekend?
All right, well, listen, exciting things on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We're going to take a quick break and bring you our What's Trending report, including a wedding that's literally the bomb. We'll bring you all of that after the break.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, go get yourself your cup of super coffee, tea, hot chocolate, whatever gets you going in the morning, because after the break, some alternative rock feels with Coded right after the break.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
Here we go.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
At Samsung, we develop technology so you can live life. Samsung, a way of life.
Welkom terug, is geskakel op jou goed voel ontbytprogram is Expresso net hier op SABC3. Baie dankie vir die lekker saamkuier so vroeg op jou Vrydagoggend. Right now though, let's quickly take a look at some of those funny, interesting, weird, random things that people have been talking about on social media.
Okay, so this one is going to give you wedding photo goals. A Japanese couple decided to kind of construct the most explosive wedding photo ever made. They headed up what is called the Iwafune Mountain to create an explosive scene. They were completely completely calm as hundreds of explosives went off behind them, thus creating the most epic wedding photo I've ever seen in my life. They're so chill.
And this is real. This is no...
This looks like a green screen.
No.
That's really cool.
They didn't even flinch.
Oh man, it's beautiful.
That's amazing. Awesome stuff, eh? That's something different for a wedding photo.
Like the garden and the ocean.
The garden and the ocean, the mountains.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, here's a little interesting one for you. We love squirrels, and security footage from a camera shows this little squirrel hopping along happily, like squirrels do, up until lightning strikes close by, and this poor thing has the fright of his life. Doesn't know which way to go. He's like,
that
what just
was
happened?
Close. It looked like more than lightning.
What just happened? That was crazy. Can we run that again? Okay, let's check it out quickly again.
And there.
Okay, here we go.
Bam! Shame, its poor little heart must be like...
Oh, shame piece, man.
Okay, well, if you think that squirrel got a fright, YouTuber Pomegranate Sunshine, he posted a video on YouTube saying that in the middle of the night, his girlfriend woke him up screaming because she found a snake in the toilet, and at first he didn't believe her, but look at that!
Guys, that's probably one of my biggest fears, that I sit on the toilet part in like the middle of the night and there's a snake in there. Sure.
Okay, so some rather interesting stories. If there's anything that caught your attention online, let us know. You can connect with us on our social media pages using that hashtag Expresso Show. Right now, the moment we've all been waiting for, Coded is in our studio.
Yes, indeed. Now, while the legends in the business making up this new alternative rock outfit, they've certainly proven their pedigree. They come together for a new project titled Coded, offering an unforgettable live performance, and now, thankfully, in the throes of recording their first album. They really are going to blow you away this morning. We've heard their soundtrack. They sound phenomenal. Here they are with one of those singles off their new album titled The Road to Somewhere. Unbelievable. I did warn you. I really did warn you this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, coded here all morning on your Feel Good Breakfast show. What an unbelievable performance, guys. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to Golden Circle for supplying the technical equipment as well. You can hit us up on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. Let us know what you were doing in your lounge while that song was playing. Unbelievable, man.
In the national news this morning, officials have confirmed another death after a storm battered parts of the Western Cape, bringing the total number of dead to 9. In a statement, authorities confirmed that while the worst of the storm had passed, emergency services remain on high alert as the Knysna fires, which have claimed 5 lives, has become priority. Both natural disasters have displaced an estimated 2,000 people in the region. Finance Minister Malusi Gigaba says the contraction in the economy, which has plunged the country into its second recession in less than 10 years, is a setback. Speaking at a parliamentary session, the minister said the government is now under pressure to intensify its growth program and to restore confidence in South Africa's economy as a matter of urgency. Gigaba added that South Africans cannot afford to become despondent, but should focus on efforts to get the economy out of its low growth path. Now moving further abroad, Britain's Conservative Party will be the largest party, or rather may be the largest party, but may not have a majority after the UK's snap general election, an exit poll says. Early results show that it's been a swing to the Labour Party, a humiliation for Prime Minister Theresa May, who chose to call an election to try to strengthen her hand in the talks with the EU on Brexit. Meanwhile, Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn called for Miss May to step down as election results indicate that she had lost votes and support. And then finally, the World Health Organization says the number of suspected cholera cases in Yemen has risen to more than 100,000 since an outbreak began on the 27th of April this year. According to the UN Humanitarian Office, the rapid spread of the disease through 19 of Yemen's 23 governorates highlighted a humanitarian catastrophe in Yemen after 2 years of civil war that has disabled most of the healthcare facilities. WHO has warned that the number of cases could hit 300,000 by the end of this year. Well, that was your 7 o'clock news update. Let's get our very first look at what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Graham.
We kickstart our global sports watch with international rugby, and the Springboks kickstarting their new season tomorrow with a clash against France in Pretoria. Tomorrow's match marks the 40th meeting between the two nations, with South Africa winning 22 games while France having walked away with 11 victories in the mix. Elsewhere in our international rugby, we've got Australia facing Fiji, Italy welcoming Scotland, whilst England, they're up against Argentina. Then, staying in the UK, Sri Lanka earned their first win of the Champions Trophy last night when they beat India by 7 wickets. The result leaves all 4 Group B teams now on 2 points apiece with 1 round remaining. That's Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India and South Africa still all do have a chance to progress. The Champions Trophy continues today as New Zealand take on Bangladesh, England entertain Australia, and tomorrow, of course, and then on Sunday, the big one from our perspective, Proteas facing India in a must-win encounter. And speaking of which, AFCON 2019 qualifiers get underway this weekend as South Africa face a very tough Group E test against Nigeria tomorrow. Bafana head into the match on a 17-game unbeaten run. However, they have never managed to win a game against the Super Eagles in 9 previous attempts. Elsewhere in our AFCON 2019 qualifiers this weekend, we've got Libya up against the Seychelles, Zambia meeting Mozambique, while Cameroon tackle Morocco. Then a sign of the times, and they are changing in international tennis. Jelena Ostapenko and Simona Halep will meet in the final of this year's French Open tomorrow, with both players earning semi-final victories yesterday. On her 20th birthday, Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko beat Tamia Bashinsky in 3 sets to become the first ever unseeded player, or first player at least, to reach the French Open final in more than 30 years without a seed. The other semi-final clash saw Simona Halep earn a 6-3, 4-6, 6-4 win over Karolina Pliskova. That's where we leave our international sports headlines for now.
Well, let's take another look at your traffic. We start off in Gauteng and Edenvale. On the N3 northbound, there's a stationary vehicle that's before the Modderfontein Road exit. Traffic is slow moving from Elands Interchange. In Durban, in Chatsworth, traffic is congested. That's on the M1 Higginson Highway eastbound, heading towards the N2 highway. Then if you're in Cape Town, in Ottery, on the M3 northbound, there's also some delays approaching the N2 interchange. And just a quick Knysna fire update. On the N2, roads have been opened between Sedgefield and Plettenberg Bay. However, motorists who are urged to slow down in that area due to smoke and poor visibility. That's where we leave your traffic for now on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Dis net so 6 minute na 7. Kom ons kyk vinnig na jou weer op jou Goedvoel Vrydag. En dit lyk op meeste dele van die land gedeeltelik bewolkte toestande kan verwag en lekker koel oggendtemperature daarby. Polokwane begin met 3 grade minimum met 'n maksimum van 18. Mbombela 7-19. Pretoria begin op 4 grade minimum met 'n maksimum van 19 grade. Johannesburg 2-18. Mahikeng 6-22. Klerksdorp 3-21. Kimberley begin op 7, dit styg na 18 grade. Bloemfontein -1 en 'n maksimum van 18. Richards Bay 14-21. Pietermaritzburg 5 en 'n maksimum van 16, Durban 14-19, Mthatha 3 en 'n maximum van 16, East London kicking off on 14 this morning with a maximum of 18, Cradock 8-17, Port Elizabeth 12-19, George 12-19 as well, Sutherland 5 and a maximum of only 7 degrees, Cape Town 11-16, Worcester 8-14, Springbok 8 and a maximum of 19, and Uppington kicking off on 12 degrees minimum, reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather for the 7 o'clock bulletin. I'm back with a final update just after 8.
Thank you so much, Mr. Strydom. While heading to social media this morning, of course, you can see we are like snug as a bug in a rug. We want to know from you, it's Friday. What is your favorite thing to do in the chilly weather? We gave you some options. Do you like going out for hot chocolate, watching a good movie, or even having a homemade meal? Let's see what you had to say. Kay van Wyk says, laying under the blankets with my mom with popcorn, hot chocolate, and a romantic movie. Definitely lots and lots to keep us warm. I love that. Michael says that hot chocolate and homemade meal absolutely match this chilly weather. I'll go for movies during my spare time with friends. Good morning, Expresso family. Sasha says, good morning, beautiful people. Homemade meals would be the best activity. Curry and vet cook, sampan beans, vegetable soup, and warm curry rotis. Why you gotta make us hungry though? And then Bronwyn says, good morning from Virginia, USA. My favorite would be eating my mom's soup, miss her stacks, and the rest of the family too. Well, it seems like we're broadcasting not only to South Africa, but the rest of the world. Let us know, what do you like to do in the chilly weather?
Good morning, world, can we say as well. Listen, stick around with us here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. After the break, Tsitsi Chiumya is in the house, aka Shapapi. He talk to us about rather interesting gadgets to deter robbers. Yeah, on a tech front.
Oh, exciting things. And then Jono Weltman with us in studio as well. We're talking the final frontier. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome to it. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, only on SABC3. Time to take a bit of a tech turn this morning. Now, if you cannot afford a security system or all of the equipment to keep your home safe, you can get some pretty smart gadgets as a temporary fix or to bolster existing security measures. So here to tell us more about these tools is our very own tech head and game designer, Tsitsi Chiumya, brother. How are you doing, brother?
Yourself?
Cool, man. Okay, so this is cool. We know that, when security measures, it's very, very needed, but it's also very expensive. And a lot of people can actually afford to have the full gear, But there's a couple of tech things that I'm really talking about. Let's talk about some of them. Firstly, the fake TV, man.
Yeah. So the fake TV, it keeps
a smile on this man.
So basically, it mimics the light of the television, and then the scene transition. It mimics the scene transition. So someone coming from outside will look at the windows and think that someone inside is watching the TV, and hopefully it will scare them from trying to break into your house.
Okay, all right, very interesting. The make-believe dog.
Yeah. The make-believe
secure dog, look at that. Yeah.
So basically it has sensors outside your house, and then once it detects movement on the sensors, then there's a speaker that plays like a real sounding dog barks.
And I'm sure it's loud.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of criminals are kind of scared of dogs. Hopefully they don't like dogs.
Absolutely, but I can just imagine for the occupants in the house, you will have the fright of your life.
Yeah.
Every time that thing goes off.
Yeah, and some of the more sophisticated ones, like once the barking starts, the lights go on. So while you're away, it seems like someone just got up and then switched on the lights. And
so
it's
imagine just a little squirrel running over the lawn, maybe. And then the last one we're talking about, the home sitter moonlight.
Yeah. So the home sitter moonlight mimics the way you'd switch on and off your lights while you're away. So it's a predetermined pattern, and then what you do is that at a certain time it will switch on the lights, and then at a certain time it will switch them off, and it will keep your house well lit while you're away.
I think that's pretty interesting. I love that. Take a look, especially mimicking that natural movement in the house. I can definitely see something like that working. All right, well, three interesting gadgets, man. Yeah, weird ones at that. Some of them as well.
And they're quite affordable.
There we go. Tsitsi, thank you so much for joining us, man. There we have it on the tech front and security. Gotta love it. But let's continue now with those Friday feels. Now, films, we love films, and they really have the ability to draw us into their world. And what better way to experience full immersion than with virtual reality at this year's Encounters Film Festival. Graham's got more.
Encounters Film Fest is underway, bringing with it a whole VR experience, which is fantastic. Now, we've seen VR being used in a wide variety of applications this year, and now it's finally at our annual film festival, which is great news. And we are joined by a few brilliant minds in the world of VR. First of all, Lena Vastrova, a impact strategist all the way from the US, part of the US consulate's team that are out here. Then, of course, we've got Stanford Gibson to my left from Electric South, and Sean Wilson from Awaken VR, and an A-team sitting on the couch this morning. Guys, this really is exciting time. We've seen so much ground being broken on the VR front that it's now really is mainstream. So, Lena, I'm going to start with you because you're out here to do lectures to help educate, I think, a South African market that is hungry. Has the VR wave broken? Is the market ready to consume this kind of entertainment?
Yeah, I think so, especially in sort of social justice and an impact, which is the work that I do, but also in entertainment. So what I've seen with the filmmakers that I've been working with through the U.S. consulate, there's so much hunger and there's so much excitement around this medium. So I'm pretty excited about what's going to happen in South Africa.
When we talk about this medium, obviously you've still got to put together fantastic content. The technology can only take you so far, and maybe I can start with you, Stanford. How does your creative mind play out through this particular medium? How do you put your content together?
The continent we live on has so much vibrancy and so many untold stories.
Yeah.
And now we have the chance to tell those stories through VR. And that's what we do. We capacity building at Electric South. We train and upskill filmmakers, artists on the continent on how to do VR.
And you can put a person in the heart of that problem. You can take them to an Ebola-stricken area. You can take them into a community. Obviously, the nuances of storytelling, they have to evolve as well. How would you see that shift in how we start telling stories and putting together entertainment, Sean?
Well, the whole thing is, you've always heard that popular saying, to walk a mile in someone's shoes.
Yeah.
Virtual reality does that. So that's why it elicits such an emotional response, because you now have a feeling of what it's like to be in that situation, which no medium has ever done before.
Then I'm going to pose this to both of you. Stanford, I'm getting distracted just watching the visuals. I would imagine it's a completely different experience making a film like this. What were some of the big hurdles that you guys encounter?
First, it's access, but more so it's just the basic fear that people have, the unknown. But once you broach that, once you show them that it's a simple tool, it's basically a couple of cameras to shoot 360, everything around you, and then you put it together, stitch, and then you have the product.
Man, you can see I was born on that side of the digital divide. I just see 360, I'm like, oh my word.
Yeah, no, people are blown away by it.
It really is. It's a completely different experience. So I'm going to put this to you, Sean, for filmmakers wanting to get into this medium, where should they start?
So you don't need a lot of money to produce a 360 film. You need inspiration, you need understanding. And as well as in terms of distribution, you do not need a headset, which is the biggest misconception. So if you look at Facebook and YouTube, 360 videos are rather popular. So what you would do is produce it on there. If it becomes really popular, then you go into the more immersive experience and utilize the Gear VR or Oculus Rift or HTC Vive.
So the platforms are there, they are primed, they are ready. You've just got to be able to run really fast so you can escape the camera when you can. Guys, I really am so excited that this has made it to the Encounters Film Festival. That is a real feather in all of your caps. Lena, thank you so much for coming out and spreading the word. I know this is a very powerful tool used for social change, so thank you so much for driving that as well. But gents, good luck. Soak up every ounce of entertainment and don't get too lonely on set. Well, hopefully that's inspired you out there to go and tell a South African story from a completely 360-degree perspective.
Very, very cool, eh? Absolutely
cool
love it.
indeed.
Virtual reality. But now we turn our attention to something that is not so virtual, but rather real, because some great news on this Friday morning. A brand new planet has been discovered, and it's just a constant reminder of how vast our universe really is and what we are able to discover.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? If you wanted to know how the planet got discovered, that was with the help of a new citizen science tool that was released earlier this year. So NASA started a project called Backyard World's Planet 9, which is a website where they upload all of their satellite images and open them up to the public. Now, after 6 days after the launch of the website, 4 different users alerted the science team to the curious object lurking on the fringes of our solar system. Now, infrared telescopes have confirmed this object to be a new brown dwarf.
On Earth? So basically what you're saying, anybody with a computer and access to the internet can go about discovering new planets.
That's it, yes, because
That
all
is
you need
awesome.
is internet access and a bit of knowledge around what to actually look out for. Now, finding a new planet can sometimes be like looking for a needle in a haystack, and they aren't always as obvious as we would imagine them to be. Now, sometimes users will see a shadow or a dark shape where they'd expect to see a star, or they may see a bit of reflecting light where you shouldn't be, well, at least where they shouldn't be. So all these clues lead scientists to investigate the area to confirm where a planet exists in that space or not. Now, if you've discovered a new planet, I mean, how cool is that?
Planet Zoe.
Well, I would probably name it after
You'll
myself.
probably
if I had
name
to
it. I'll probably name it after myself as well. But very cool. Let us know what you would name a new planet. Connect with us on social media using that hashtag Expresso Show. But I absolutely love this, that this information is made available to the public.
Yes.
And with a bit of knowledge.
And
if you
collectively.
into your stars like Jono Weltman, our next guest, I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to discover your very own planet.
Yes.
Love that.
So hit us up on social media. Remember to use our hashtag Expresso Show.
So from Planet Zoe and Ewan to Planet Jono, time to turn our attention to the stars yet again as we venture out into the final frontier. And we've seen so many successes by our global scientists recently. We thought we'd turn the tables and take a look at one major mistake. We are talking about Planet Vulcan. Maybe the name should have been the first giveaway. So it was a planet thought to have existed in the zone between Mercury and the Sun, but it's now been proven to be a farce. Expand a little.
Well, you know, the first planets all the way up to Uranus are all visible to us by telescope. After Uranus, we had to mathematically predict that a planet was going to be there because something was wrong with the orbits. So the first person to do this was a guy called Urbain Le Verrier in 1846. And he looked at the orbit of Uranus and said, you know, there's perturbations here, it's slightly off what we would expect. There must be a planet outside.
Something affecting that, yeah.
And he hypothesized Neptune. And within a year of him hypothesizing it mathematically, we discovered Neptune. Very similar to what's happened now with Planet 9. Exactly the same thing. We hypothesized that it was there from our mathematical calculations of the movements of the other planets, and now we found it. Well, he went on to look at Mercury, and Mercury is a big mystery because Mercury does not have a circular orbit around the sun at all. It has this elongated, funny orbit that doesn't fit at all with Newton's laws. And at the time, there was no other mathematical model to explain this, so he predicted that there must be a planet.
Must be something there, yeah.
In between Mercury and the sun, and he called this planet Vulcan. And of course, this was in 1859.
So he wasn't a Trekkie.
He wasn't a Trekkie. This is pre-Trekkie. And he published the paper in 1859. And between 1859 and 1915, when a young Swiss patent clerk named Albert Einstein came up with general relativity and proved that there was no requirement for a planet to explain Mercury's orbit, we actually thought there was a planet there. And dozens of astronomers found this planet. And we're publishing papers about having discovered Planet Vulcan. And in the textbooks, we had a planet Vulcan in between Mercury. And today, we still call it the Vulcanoid zone. And we still have objects that orbit in this zone, nothing bigger than 700 meters. But yeah, that was one of the great things about science, is that we work to try and prove or disprove hypotheses.
And we wanted to believe, but I think this brings to bear the vast nature of our universe. So often, scientists are working with one single image, one single kind of piece of radio information that's come back to us, and there is a lot of guesswork involved.
Absolutely. You have to start with the guess, and then you either prove it or disprove it. And that is the beauty of the scientific method, and that's why scientists need to be humble, because often we get it wrong. Often our assumptions, our hypothesis, our conjecture is wrong. And that's part of the fun, and that's part of the beauty of science, is applying that method and finding out if you're right or wrong.
And nothing like having a team of scientists jumping on it to try to prove you wrong as soon as you put a hypothesis out there. Jono, thank you so much. One of the rare mistakes that we've made as scientists, but we'll forgive it this time round. And don't forget, you can also weigh in on this very awesome and, I think, imagination-inspiring conversation on our social media platforms.
Well, we'll continue the inspiration on your Feel Good Breakfast show, because after the break, we put our celebrities to the ultimate cricket test. We'll see how well they do in it.
And speaking about celebrities, tomorrow night is the big fight night, boxing against bullying. It's called the Bullyproof boxing match. We'll be chatting to some of the organizers and some of the contestants after the break.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, we know that we live in a world that is constantly changing. So since today is already the 9th of June, we're going to take a quick look at what happened on this day in history.
I can't believe it's the 9th of June already, eh? Halfway through the year. It's amazing. So listen up. The first one, I think it's a character that we all love, Donald Duck. Now, Donald Duck may be a household name now, but on this day, 1934, we got to see him for the very first time in The Wise Little Hen. And then from there onwards, Donald became one of the most popular Disney characters and remains so to this very day.
I love Donald Duck.
Donald Duck is like amazing.
Yes, well,
Yeah,
listen,
I
we're
love
turning the clock back not that far ago, just 3 years ago, to be exactly, in 2014, when actress Laverne Cox made history by becoming the first transgender person to be covered on Time magazine. Now, Laverne remains a spokesperson for the trans community and even goes on tours to create awareness.
Okay, very, very cool, yeah. And then last but not least, happiest of birthdays to the one and only Johnny Depp, who was born on this day in 1963. Of course, most famous for roles like Edward Scissorhands and obviously Captain Jack Sparrow and Mad Hatter as well, where he was amazing in Alice in Wonderland. But did you know that Johnny actually wanted to be a musician and then he fell into acting instead?
Good
I
thing
think he could have done both and be good at both worlds. Yeah, he's phenomenal. What a talent.
I can imagine him to be a bit of a rock star.
So if you have your birthday today, you're celebrating it with Johnny Depp.
Well, happy birthday to you. Well, listen, that was our bite-sized dose of history of what happened on this day. Do go out and make today as memorable as it is.
So I'm going to throw some names out there to you as well, Leanne. Graham Onions, Danny Bowler, Napoleon Einstein, Robert Robertson. Well, believe it or not, these are actually the names of famous cricketers. Or are they? We've actually made a couple up there as well. Could you tell the difference? Onion. Believe it or not, he might be real. So we put those same questions, those same names, to some of our favorite local celebs to see if they could tell the difference, and the results are hilarious.
No.
No, I've never heard of him, but he would be an Indian cricket player if he was.
Sachin Baby is not a cricketer.
No, only know Sachin Tendulkar, but I think... No, Sachin Baby. Yes.
Real news. That's real. Sachin is like, I've heard that before. That's real.
Robert Wright sounds like a fake cricket player.
That name sounds too easy. Real news.
Robert Robertson is not a cricket player.
It sounds like a cricket player, but probably if I say... Okay, I'm going to go with yeah.
Sounds like an English player as well. Yes.
Fake news.
Nari Contractor is not a cricket player that I know of.
Nah, fam. Nah. He should be in construction. Nope.
This is like a trick question because it sounds like he's like a contractor. He's like a cricket contractor.
No.
Yes?
Yes, he is, because it's such an unusual name and he's trying to trick me.
Napoleon Einstein's not a cricketer.
Nah.
That sounds like a science person that's now a cricket player.
That's not a real cricketer.
Fake news. What? Fake news.
Oh, gee, again, no, don't know. No, not a real cricket player.
No, guys, wow, real news.
I think that's a cricket player.
I'm very familiar with that surname, but I'm going to take a wild guess and say no.
Real news.
I'm going to take a wild guess and be like, no, it's not a real name.
Yes.
I don't know him, no.
Wow, there are names in this world, hey? Viva Kinanda. That's a beautiful name. Oh, wow, I hope it's real news.
Sounds like a Bangladesh cricket player, but I don't think it's a real name.
Oh, yes, an India cricket player.
Yes.
I'm going to give it a chance. Real news.
Yes.
That's how I came up with a closer name for a cricket player. No.
That name is so weird. Yeah, definitely a cricket player, and he is from, I have no idea where.
Nah, man. I don't think Graham Onions is a cricket player.
He sounds like a middle-order batsman from England, but no. I'm going to go and say yes.
Probably, I'm going with no.
Ah, yes, he's an England cricket player, I think. Yes.
Onions. Fake news.
That sounds like a cricket player. Danny Bowler. But it could also not be, but I'm going to go with yes.
Danny Bowler? No, he's not a cricket player.
Real news.
Nah, fam. Nah. Sounds like an Australian. Nah.
Danny Bowler. Oh, that name is familiar, man. I think he is a cricket player, and I think he's from England.
Oh, so they're never going to come back to our studio again, but we love you guys. I didn't know the difference either, man.
Well, Wednesday marked the second round of the Passion playoffs, and it all went down live on the Nedbank Facebook page. Thousands of fans tuned in to watch the live stream, ready to back their celeb and their passion.
Oh, man, we've seen fireworks. The first round saw DIY captain Ines Vermeeren up against a powerhouse in the form of exercise captain Boiti. And, of course, Boiti Tulo, she reigned supreme. Ines was tasked with making a bird feeder, but in 10 minutes. And then Boiti had to do a 10-minute full-body workout. Very entertaining contest between two of the best in their respective businesses. But I think Boiti's 1.5 million Instagram followers might have weighed in the end. So she reigns supreme.
And of course, the second round of quarterfinals kicked off at 6 p.m. And this was a battle between music and fashion. Fashion captain David Tlale went up against music captain DJ Moby Dixon. David was tasked to contemporize a bad 80s dress, and DJ Moby Dixon had to create a Kwaito mix. Definitely was a close battle, and both end products were absolutely awesome, but ultimately David Tlale took center stage and saw himself progress to the semi-finals. Well done.
Yeah, but everyone's been brilliant so far. So now we officially have our 4 semi-finalists next week. 10 a.m. on Wednesday, David Tlale will be battling Boiti Tulo, and at 6 p.m. Donovan Goliath will be up against Mahlali Ndamase. So make sure that you catch all of the action, and there'll be a lot of action live on Nedbank's Facebook page. That's next Wednesday, the 14th of June. Don't forget, the more you back your celeb and your passion during that live battle, the better your chances of winning the VIP experience to the Nedbank Cup finals in Durbs, and you'll be going with your chosen celeb.
Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot believe the time is here. It's just around the corner. Hashtag Bullyproof, South Africa's biggest celebrity boxing event that South Africa has ever seen. It is taking place tomorrow, the 10th of June at the Zip Zap Circus here in Cape Town. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm taking on Alex Kotzer, one of the K2 brothers. My colleague Graham is getting in the ring as well, putting his body on the line for a very good cause against Dean Botha. And then, of course, this event is going to make history with their very first female celebrity fight against top billies Jade Hubner and Nicole Bessick, doing her thing right now with Trainer to the Stars, Bruce Benjamin, as well as the event organizer. Please have a seat. Guys, I don't know how I got through that intro with all of that going on. That's amazing. Dude, I don't even know where to start. I can't believe it's here, Bruce. You know, it's been such a journey. I know that every single event, you know, this will be my third one. And every event brings with it, you know, an immense challenge. Nicole, let's start with you. Why on earth in the first place did you decide to sign up to put your body on the line for this cause, hashtag Bullyproof?
So I accepted the challenge for 2 big reasons. One, I never stepped down from a challenge. And
okay, fair enough.
2, this cause is one that is so dear to my heart. I was bullied for 12 years, literally every single day for 12 years. And in preparing for the fight, I realized that the wounds that those kinds of years of torture have caused haven't healed. You know, preparing for a fight, you get a lot of drama, smack talk, the naysayers coming in as the underdog. You know, it all hits hard, it all hits home. And what's more is that my opponent hand-selected me. She got a list of a couple of media personalities on a list, pointed to the list and went, I want to fight Nicole.
All right.
I was a bit taken aback when I you know, got the challenge, because she's been training for years. And at the time of her challenge, I'd only been training for
2.5, 3 weeks.
2.5, 3 weeks. So,
but I think you guys are a very good matchup. I'm looking forward to your match. It's going to be amazing. Bruce, let's talk about this event quickly. It's going to be not only boxing. I mean, it's entertainment spectacular, man. What can people expect from the night?
Gosh, I mean, even for the non-boxing enthusiasts, we've got so much entertainment on the cards as well. And obviously the messaging that's been put behind this campaign in particular against bullying. And obviously we aligned with the JAG Foundation with that. And we're using the boxing and the celebrities as a bit of a catalyst obviously to shock and awe the public and get their attention, which you guys do, but also just to get that message out there of being strong and assertive in standing up against the bully. So secondary would be the physical action and more the awareness that's created from that.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to going into it. It is such a good cause. I mean, bullying is such a big issue in our country, and it's great to see that some of South Africa's biggest celebrities standing up and just speaking out about it, basically physically in the ring as well. Nicole, let's talk about you. I know that it's a grueling process. I'm sure you're feeling the effects just like me at the moment. The weight drops. Weigh-in is officially taking place today. How are you feeling ahead of the match? What are you thinking? Where's your head at just ahead of taking on Jade in the ring?
I'm calm. It's been a lot with the weight drop. I've dropped a total of 15 Ks since we've started our fitness journey. I've had to drop 6 this week just to meet the weight cut. So I'm sure, as you know from experience, so tough. Energy's low. But calm. I've done all I need to do. The preparation's been, world class. So looking forward to it.
I think the only thing now to do is
rumble.
have fun.
Yeah, have fun and rumble, right?
Bruce, congratulations. I mean, this is a
Thanks
great
very
event.
much.
This is your 4th event that you're putting together as well, and it's going to be a spectacular, that's for sure. Looking forward to the night. I'm going to get in there, like I mentioned. I'm taking on Alex Kotzer, one of the K2 brothers. Graham is in there as well. Dean Burton. There's a host of other fights as well. It's going to be great. So if you still want your tickets, don't delay right now. There's still some space. Quicket.co.za is where it's at. You can see those details on your screen right now as well. But all the best, Nicole. It's going to be a good night. So Bruce, all the best
Thanks
for you
very much.
as well. Looking forward. Hope to see you there.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. A couple of photography enthusiasts, they take a walk through Pretoria CBD. We'll bring you all of those highlights. And then, of course, Claire Allen with us in studio. We're going to make some tasty pancakes. You do not want to miss out on that. That's the best way to start your Friday. We'll see you after the break.
Looking pretty slender there, athlete. No, guys, that is slender.
Yeah, buddy!
Well, we burnt our calories on the swim. How do you do it, Zoe?
Introducing Tropica Slender in a tall, slim bottle with no added sugar, less calories, and available in 4 twist flavors.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, and thank you for choosing to start your morning with us. It's now that time of the morning for us to catch up with what our local, in fact, our international stars have been up to.
Absolutely. Well, they're up to a lot, and we are convinced that there has to be something in the Hollywood waters. First it's Amal, then it is Beyonce, and now another Hollywood star is expecting twins. So who is the lucky lady? Oh, it is none other than one of my favorite actresses, Jamie Presley. Now, she took to Instagram and shared a photo of her herself with a positive pregnancy test captioned, "Big news for our family. Desi's going to be a big brother ×2. So with another set of Hollywood twins set to arrive, I think it's safe to say that there's plenty of love going around. I just think
there's
she
something
is
in their water.
Gorgeous. We absolutely love her. Someone who is not feeling the love, though, is Jerry Seinfeld, who probably served Kesha her most embarrassing moment yet. Let's take a look.
It's hard to just sleep when you're tired, because people are tired most of the time.
Gosh, I love you so much.
Oh, thanks.
Can I give you a hug?
No, thanks.
Please?
No, thanks.
A little one.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Oh.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah, that's Kesha.
Okay, well, I wish you the best.
Wow, that is hardcore. The problem with this is he didn't know who she was, and he actually denied a hug.
Yeah.
Wow, I feel hurt for Kesha's part. So all we're going to say is, ouch, that's something that is hard enough to handle, but the fact that it happened on the red carpet while it was being televised is probably even worse.
But, I mean, she went in for that not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Shame. But she probably thought he knows her, so...
Oi. Well, listen, that was our international entertainment news for you this morning.
So the Expresso, new Metro Movie Club, not only gives viewers entry to see the latest and coolest movies, but experience them on massive screens with superior sound as well. And our latest treat, double tickets to go and watch The Mummy at New Metro's Extreme Cinemas nationwide.
Look, that's going to be exciting. We've been to a couple of movies on those screens, and it is phenomenal. Now, experience this highly anticipated new film in New Metro's technologically advanced Extreme Cinemas, including Dolby Atmos and Auro 3D sound on some of South Africa's largest cinema screens in Ballito Junction. There's Clearwater, The Glen and Menlyn Park as well.
So to enter and book your spot, you simply got to SMS the keyword mummy, your name and your city to 40675. And remember, you could be a winner, but you need to add the city in which you're able to watch that screening. So don't miss out on the all-new cinematic version of the legend that has fascinated cultures all over the world since the dawn of civilization. It's The Mummy.
Find the best entertainment at New Metro Cinemas. It's your scene.
Well, the city of Pretoria in Gauteng is known for many things, including being the capital of administration, as well as having the longest urban street in the country. Now, this morning, we feature an architect and photography enthusiast who shares his journey with us.
I'm Adrian Lowe, and I'm a self-appointed unofficial tour guide for Pretoria.
Inspired by the cityscape around him and the people of Pretoria, Adrian merged his knowledge of architecture with his passion for photography and started guiding tours.
Because of a passion for Pretoria, I started hosting walks which were based on photography, and this all coincided with Cool Capital 2 years ago, and now we're here with City Property, and I've partnered with them to take us through the city and showcase some of the great work they're doing, government's doing, and some of the pop-up art that's happening.
Pretoria was founded in 1855, and being on foot, the tour gives the walkers a chance to learn about the history of the city and get a feel for the vibe in the African metropolis.
I'm really enjoying the historical sites. There's some things that I didn't know, like how old the buildings were, and I think that's very informative.
My morning's beautiful. I'm with my family, they're enjoying it. A lot of people don't know. We only know the bad side of it, but it's walks like this that are sort of enlightening a lot of people. The city is beautiful.
I actually stay in Pretoria Central, but there are places that I've actually never been, so it was great, yeah.
Yeah, there's anything from professional photographers to amateurs to your Instagram fanatics.
The walk starts and ends at 012 Central, and there's a regular market which takes place here where people can shop local produce and grab something tasty to eat.
So basically, people can look forward to a wide variety of things. The market focuses on music, design, fashion, food, and basically we're trying to provide a home for all our artists in Pretoria so that they stay in the city, because we're all about rejuvenating the city.
What's great about this market is the vibe, the people, the cultures that mix up here, and the excitement and the music and the food.
It's a very interesting market. It's probably the best market in Pretoria. It only happens once a month.
Basically, my brand is Voila Feel Beautiful, and this is actually one of our best sellers at the moment. I call it the spine dress. And it turns into a dress.
I got passion for food. Basically, I own a company called Toro Loco. We provide Spanish and Latin cuisine. So They're tomato-based, saffron-infused paella. Unlike anything we've seen here in the country, there are people doing it, but Toro Loco does things differently, and we like to get things right.
The market and gentle city walk both give Pretoria residents or visitors to the city a chance to explore and learn more about our nation's capital from a different perspective.
We have a great market. The walks have become a sort of a thing that people are exploring the city, seeing it in a different way, getting excited about it. It's actually promoting public art because now people want to see something when they come to town.
As you can see all around us, the buildings that city property have created have sort of beautified the city.
I was just talking to Lindy that there's a next walk sometime in July, and we were already planning on who we were going to invite to come to the next walk.
I think Pretoria people are different. We're hungry. We're hungry for something new. It's like we've been stagnating for a while. We're catching up to Joburg and Cape Town. And yeah, being the underdog, you can easily impress, you can easily surprise because no one's expecting anything, and that's what's happening.
Grab a friend, pull on those sneakers, and get ready to do something different when you meet new people, see new art, and learn new things in rediscovering the city.
All right, so let's jump into the kitchen quickly with the lovely Claire this morning. Good morning. Making us breakfast because breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but it should be nice as well, especially heading into the weekend. We're talking pancakes and crumpets or flapjacks or whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. They're great because you can get the whole family involved, which is amazing.
So we're using Jungle Tasty Wheat as our flour alternative. This is a gluten flour or grain.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using that.
So this is something different. Tasty wheat pancakes this morning. Okay.
It's semolina flour, so it's normally used for
I love
pasta.
tasty wheat, just on its own, just to make it like a porridge.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Some milk, just boil it on. Very nice.
So we've got our tasty wheat, some baking powder.
Okay, let me give that a good mix for you.
Okay. We've got some sugar.
All right. Here's our dry ingredients.
And you make a nice little well in the middle.
Hey.
Make a little well in the middle.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
There we go. I'm going to add our egg.
So what's the idea with the well?
So I don't want it to become lumpy. So I'm going to incorporate the liquid in the flour slowly. Well, you are incorporating it. And while you do that slowly, you'll gather the flour bit by bit.
Okay, is that like a baking trick?
Yes, my baking tip, top tip.
I love that.
Top Friday tip.
Top Friday tip, okay.
Our butter. And then as you see, you're incorporating it. And then I'm going to add in the milk for you nice and slowly.
All right, up until we get a nice pancakey or...
Nice, it's quite a runny batter.
But there you go. What's going to be nice is, it's going to have a nice little texture to it. Yeah, like you've mentioned.
And it's just a nice alternative. It's high in fiber, which is great.
Yes.
There we go.
All right.
So what I've got is I've got my pan on the heat, and I've used some cooking spray to make sure I don't have to use any extra oil. So you can give that one more stir for me.
Is that good?
Yeah, that's looking good.
All right, I think that's perfect.
Thank you.
Awesome. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 if you want to get your hands on the recipe. That's jungle to 33728. I'll also tell you in just a bit how you can get the opportunity to win yourself a weekend away just now. But that is great. So just your normal pancakes as you would. Okay.
In the batter, fry 2 minutes aside, and then you have this beautiful stack. You can enjoy it with your favorite food. We're going to do bananas this morning.
Yes. Well, that was really quick and easy.
There we go.
Very, very quick and easy. Some bananas and let me guess, some honey.
Some
It's
honey.
going to just top it off as well.
Absolutely. And we've got over here a little couple more
There
bananas.
we have it. Jungle, once again, your keyword. SMS that to 33728. So that jungle to 33728 if you want to get your hands on this beautiful breakfast recipe. Tasty wheat pancakes or flapjacks or crumpets or whatever you want to call it.
What do you like calling it?
I will go with flapjacks this morning because they look like a flapjack. So
flapjacks they are.
Tasty wheat flapjacks. Jungle is the keyword. SMS that to 33728. Here's a quick look back at how we made them.
Add Jungle Tasty Wheat, baking powder and caster sugar into a bowl and mix. Add milk, eggs and butter into another bowl and mix. Add wet ingredients to dry ingredients and mix. Pour batter into a greased pan and cook for about 2 minutes per side. Stack pancakes and top with bananas and honey. Dust with icing sugar. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, and T's and C's apply.
All right, and there you have it. Beautiful, tasty wheat pancakes topped with a slice of banana and a drizzle with honey. It looks delicious. SMS the keyword jungle to 33728. Now, I did mention a great little competition. Jungle is running a photo competition around the country where you can stand the chance to win an amazing weekend away. Simply find the Jungle photo booth that's strategically placed in a beautiful location around the country, and then take a photo and tag Jungle Oats to stand a chance to win. Now, if you're in Miller's Drift, head over to the Cradle of Humankind in KwaZulu-Natal. In the Midlands, you can go to Piggly Wiggly today and get photographing. Now, these booths will be moving around the country, so keep your eyes peeled. Remember, T's and C's do apply, and you can find them on jungleoats.co.za. Claire, thank you very much for joining us this morning, sorting us out with breakfast, but we always do leave you with a bit of a motivational quote. And how's this one for you? Strong people don't put others down.
They lift them up.
Yes, they lift them up indeed. That was very good. Well done.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. I love it. Michael P. Watson said that. So remember, if you go out there, do something kind for one another, help somebody along the way. Strong people don't put others down. They lift them up. Love it.
Jungle, the natural energy champion.
Well, still to come on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we are lifting up our Pan-African stars because Moyin's in the house and we're talking about our Pan-African entertainment.
Oh, exciting things. And then if you loved their first performance, do not miss out on their second performance. Here's a quick taste of what to expect from Coded after the break.
Struggle with commitment? Before trying anywhere else, book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips. Book flights from 499 Rand, only on travelstart.co.za.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso and your timing is perfect. We've got Coded back in studio. So cool to catch up with the gents again. Here they are with a track from their recently released EP. It's titled Time.
Still so far to go. time I never let you go. I'm so glad that you are mine. Oh, can never have enough. So far we've come, still so far to go. Can never have enough. So far that I need forever more. Today may end, but it doesn't mean we're done. Oh, you may be gone, but our love will live on. Could never have enough. So far we've come, still so far to go. So far that I need forever more. Could never have enough. So far, and I'm not ready to let go. Ready to let go.
My poor little hearts, guys. Charles, Don, Jacques, Nick, so good to have you boys in studio.
Thank you.
Nick, I mean, this started out as we'll call it a little project to create the best alternative rock band in the country. You must be feeling like you're well on your way, dude. Did you think it would feel this good and get this kind of momentum?
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously we've all, as musicians, been at it for a little while, but this has been the end goal, is to, do this and keep true to what we are. We're an unapologetic alternative rock band, and I think it's a little bit needed in the country because so much of the music is just pop, rock, or pop, and the rock guys don't get a chance. So here we are. We're in your face, and we hope you like it.
The time of the guitarist has come again. I absolutely love that, man. How cool is it working on an album now? The EP obviously was met with a huge amount of success. A lot of really positive reaction there. The album must be getting you really pumped.
It is, but it's really a labor of love because it's an incredibly daunting task, and we know we're in it for at least another year of recording because we're obviously doing this as a part-time thing. It's not our day job, so. Yeah, it's exciting because we know, like the first song we played, that's off the up-and-coming album. So there's a lot of that type of music coming. So it's exciting, and we're getting there slowly but surely.
The formula is there, and like you say, the South African musical landscape at the moment needs some hard rock right now. Hip-hop is dominating. The guitarist makes his return. Absolutely love it, gentlemen. You are superb. Such a professional outfit. You can let us know what you thought of Coded's performances on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Hit us up on our social media platforms.
In die nasionale nuusamptenare het nog 'n sterfte bevestig wat die dodetal tot 9 laat styg het nadat stormweer in dele van die Weskaap ondervind is. Die owerheid meld in 'n verklaring dat hoewel die ergste stormweer nou verby is, nooddienste steeds op 'n hoë vlak van gereedheid bly, aangesien brande in en om Knysna wat reeds 5 lewens geëis het, nou voorrang geniet. Die twee natuurrampe het tot gevolg gehad dat in albei gevalle 'n geskatte 2000 mense hulle huise moes ontruim. Die minister van Finansies, Malusi Gigaba, sê die ekonomiese inkrimping wat die land in 'n tweede resessie die afgelope minder as 10 jaar gedompel het, is 'n terugslag. Die minister het in die parlement gesê die regering is nou onder druk om as 'n saak van dringendheid sy groeiprogramme te verstewig en vertroue in die Suid-Afrikaanse ekonomie te herstel. Gigaba het bygevoeg, Suid-Afrikaners kan nie bekostig om moedeloos te raak nie, maar behoort op pogings te fokus om die groei van die land se ekonomie te versnel. Op die internasionale front, Brittanje se konservatiewe party sal steeds die grootste wees na gister se blitsalgemene verkiesing, maar 'n voorspelling toon dat die party nie 'n meerderheid gaan hê nie. Vroeë uitslae dui op 'n swaai na die Arbeiderparty wat 'n vernedering vir premier Theresa May is, omdat sy die verkiesing afgekondig het in 'n poging om haar hand te sterk in samesprekings met die EU oor Brexit. Ondertussen het die Arbeiderparty leier Jeremy Corbyn in die lig van die uitslae 'n beroep op May gedoen om uit te tree weens al die stemme en ondersteuning wat sy ingeboet het. En dan ten slotte, die Wêreldgesondheidsorganisasie sê die aantal vermeende kolera-gevalle in Jemen sedert die uitbreking op 27 April vanjaar het tot meer as 100,000 gestyg. Die VN se humanitêre kantoor sê die vinnige verspreiding van die siekte in 19 van Jemen se 23 provinsies dui op 'n humanitêre ramp na 2 jaar se burgeroorlog wat die meeste gesondheidsorgfasiliteite in die land tot stilstand gebring het. Die organisasie het gewaarsku dat die aantal gevalle teen die einde van vanjaar tot 300,000 kan groei. Well, that was your 8 o'clock news update. Time for a final look at what's happening in the world of sport.
Rugby first as the Springboks kickstart their new season tomorrow with a clash against France in Pretoria. Tomorrow's match marking the 40th meeting between the two nations, with South Africa winning 22 of those encounters, France having walked away with 11 victories. Now, elsewhere in a very full international rugby roster, we've got Australia tackling Fiji, Italy welcoming Scotland, while England are up against Argentina. Then we move to the UK, where Sri Lanka earned their first win of the Champions Trophy last night when they beat India by 7 wickets in a surprise result that leaves all 4 Group B teams now equal on 2 points each, with just 1 round remaining in the group stages, meaning that Sri Lanka, Pakistan and India, and of course the Proteas, still have a chance of progressing. The Champions Trophy continues today as New Zealand take on Bangladesh, England entertain Australia tomorrow, and of course the big one for us, the Proteas up against India in a must-win match on Sunday. And speaking of which, we move to football now for the AFCON 2019 qualifiers. They get underway this weekend as South Africa face a very tough Group E test against Nigeria on home soil on Saturday. Bafana head into the match on a 17-game unbeaten run. However, they've never managed to win a game against the Super Eagles in 9 previous attempts. Elsewhere in our AFCON 2019 qualifiers this weekend, Libya are up against the Seychelles, Zambia meet Mozambique, while Cameroon tackle Morocco. Then a sign of the times, and they are changing in world tennis as Jelena Ostapenko and Simona Halep will now meet in the final of this year's French Open, and that's tomorrow after both players earned their semi-final victories yesterday. On her 20th birthday, Latvia's Jelena Ostapenko beat Tamia Bashinsky in 3 sets to become the first unseeded player to reach the French Open final in more than 30 years. The other semi-final clash saw Simona Halep earn a 6-3, 4-6, 6-4 win over Karolina Pliskova. And that's a wrap of your sport for this morning.
Kom ons kyk vir oulaas na jou weer. Ons begin in Gauteng in Bedfordview. Op die N12 en die R24 westwaarts is daar vertragings in beide rigtings in die Galulies wisselaar. And if you're in Cape Town and Bellville, there are also heavy delays on the N1 inbound between Durban, well, at least Brackenfell and Durban Road exit. And just a quick update on the Knysna fire area on the N2. Roads have been opened between Sedgefield and Plettenberg Bay. However, motorists are still urged to slow down in this area due to smoke and poor visibility. That's where we leave your traffic on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
So 4 minute na 8, kom ons kyk vinnig vir 'n laaste keer in jou weer op jou goed voel ontbytprogram vir jou Vrydagoggend, en dit lyk op meeste dele van die land gedeeltelik bewolkte toestande kan verwag met lekker koel oggendtemperature daarby. Ons hardloop jou vinnig deur. Polokwane begin op 3 grade minimum en 'n maksimum van 18, Mbombela 7 19, Pretoria 4 en 'n maksimum van 19, Johannesburg 2 18, Mahikeng 6 22, Klerksdorp 3 21, Kimberley 7 18, Bloemfontein -1 lekker koud. Dit bly koel met 'n maksimum van 18, Richards Bay 14 21, Pietermaritzburg 5 16, Durban begin op 14, dit styg na 'n maksimum van 19, Mthatha starting off on 3 degrees minimum with a maximum of 16, East London 14 18, Craddock 8 this morning with a maximum of 17, Port Elizabeth 12 19, George 12 19 as well, Sutherland starting off on 5 degrees minimum, staying cold with a maximum of 7 degrees, Cape Town 11 16, Worcester 8 14, Springbok on 8 degrees minimum this morning in a maximum of 19, Uppington starting off on 12 and reaching a maximum of 22 degrees. And that's a wrap of your weather here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show for your Friday morning.
book on Travel Start. We will turn your guilt trips into good trips.
Well, from the victor of today's Express Rewind game, it's time for us to head to social media and find out what you, if you got the question that we posed to you right. The question was, warmer sea temperatures and ocean acidification leads to what? Now, it was a split. Some people said global warming, but the correct answer is, and I will find the very first person that said that, Pamela Denise Miller said it leads to coral bleaching. And that, of course, is our answer to our Express Rewind game. Of course, showing you that you definitely paid attention this week. We'll play this game again next week, Friday, same time, same place. And that, of course, is on our social media page, Facebook. And that's Expresso Morning Show, SABC3.
Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have our Pan-African Entertainment News reporter, Moyin, in studio with us, and we're also chatting about the hottest models in Africa, something you do not want to miss out on.
Yeah, and there are many. And then we're going to beat back that cold front currently gripping the country with some beautiful, warm and hearty minestrone soup. So stay tuned. We'll see you now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's Expresso right here on SABC3. And of course, we've got our entertainment reporter and founder of the YouTube channel, The A1, in studio. And we're going to be finding out the lowdown on all things Pan-African entertainment. There she is, everybody. Moyin Oloruntoba. You look amazing.
Thank you.
I
You
love
guys
the plaits in
do
your
too.
hair.
Thank
So
you.
gorgeous.
Yeah, so tell us what's happening in entertainment news.
Yeah, all right, we're going to start off with child actor from Ghana, Abraham Atta. Now, he did an incredible movie. He played the role Agu, I believe it was, so well that he actually went to the Oscars. It was that great. And then after that, a lot of people were like, okay, is he going to go back to school in Ghana or stay in the US? He went to school in the US in Connecticut. Okay. And he's been doing so well that he got a perfect score. A 4.0 perfect score.
That is amazing.
That is not him, that's Amito.
I was like, he's getting his nails did too.
That was perfect timing, that look. It was like a little gift playing.
Yeah, but he's been doing incredibly well and he's been representing Africa extremely well.
Okay. A perfect score.
A
That is
perfect
incredible.
score. That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
And then what's happening in the world of CNN?
Yes, okay, so Stephanie Busari, she originally is from Nigeria, then she went over to CNN in the States, came back to Lagos, Nigeria, and she's working still with CNN, but she won a Gracie Award. Now, this is a really big thing. I mean, Drew Barrymore also won one on the night, so it's an international award celebrating those in news and entertainment, and it's a really big deal, especially since she's now based in Nigeria. So she won it for her work as a producer for news, And I actually met her at the YouTube Awards, so it was actually really cool to see that she's doing incredibly well.
Do you know what? When I see our African stars making it like overseas, I feel like I've made it.
Right.
For some reason. It just feels so
proud.
such a sense of pride.
I know, it's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. All right, so when it comes to the world of top models, who should we be keeping our eye out for?
All right, so we're going to start with Amito. Now, Amito, some might know her because she did Africa's Next Top Model, which was shot here in Cape Town. Now, she won and has been doing incredibly well. She signed to DNA Management in the States. I mean, she's worked for incredible people, and she's just been really representing us incredibly well. So I believe she opened up for... I think it was, okay, I don't want to get that wrong, actually. Never mind.
It's okay.
But she's been working for a lot of big names. She's done for Lacoste, she's done for Cavalli, she's done massive names internationally.
Stunning.
And she's doing extremely well.
That's incredible. So who's been making headlines in Angola?
I believe that is Maria.
Yes.
Now, may know her, you may know her from Victoria's Next Top, not Victoria's Next Top Model, Victoria's, the runways. There we go, Victoria's Secrets.
Oh,
she
wow,
was the
look at that
first
dress.
model to walk, first black model to walk with a natural hair.
Serious?
Yeah, it was a really big deal. It was a really big deal.
I don't know why.
And so a lot of people were celebrating her. She did incredibly well. Yeah.
No, I was going to say that. We need to celebrate it more. I don't know why. We need to cover it up.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
No, a lot of people were so proud of her for making that stand because it was a personal choice. And so we really supported her with that. And she's from Angola. She's right here.
Very amazing.
Yeah.
And then in Tanzania, I can't pronounce the name. Is it
Harriet?
Paul. Oh yes.
There you go.
Silent
yes.
H.
So yes, silent H. So she is from Tanzania. Her mom is a diplomat, so she traveled with her mom a lot and got discovered when she was 14. And she's been doing incredible. She's like 22.
Are you serious?
They're all doing so well internationally and just killing it. And we're just so proud of her.
Putting
so
Africa
proud.
on the map.
They really are.
Stage front, like
really
front and
are.
center.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Nigeria. Tell us about Victor.
Yes, now Victor is I'll say he's a new addition. He just got discovered, or just got signed rather, overseas like last year.
Hello.
And he has been walking in Paris, the first Nigerian model to walk in Paris. He has shot for Versace, and he's 21. I can believe he's 20 going on 21. So incredibly young, incredibly talented. He schooled in Nigeria, primary school, high school, uni, dropped out of uni, then to pursue this because it was just kicking off. I mean, Paris wanted him, so I
He's
couldn't
got
say
a
no.
striking face, which I love.
Right.
And I think it
Captivates
will mold
you.
with a lot of brands, which is what you would want if you're doing a runway career.
And he's just starting. Vogue has actually named him one to watch.
Oh, wow. Hello. Well, we want to watch him all the time. We are fine up in Africa. That's all I'm going to say. Moyin, thank you so much for being here with us. So make sure you check out Moyin on the youtube.com/the A1 TV. And why don't you also go and give them a follow at A1 on social media? And that tag is at the A1 TV.
So from incredibly drop-dead gorgeous models dominating the international catwalks to designers and artists working behind the scenes, I think the globe is truly appreciating African originality at the moment. But there is one Joburg-based creative who is bringing that back to South African soil.
When an established artist creates a space for emerging artists, you can expect something a little different. Andrew Lindsay's Spaza Gallery is an institution in the suburb of Troyville and a labor of love for a mosaic artist with a long, successful career.
I started it 16 years ago in 2001 as a kind of an entry level for people trying to access the Johannesburg art market. As you see, the space consists of a gallery, but it's also got quite a lovely big garden. In the garden, we have had like workshops, so it is like kind of like an outdoor studio space as well. It's all about transforming unused spaces, unloved spaces into spaces that people can come together and share. And I think art can also play a vital role in that transformation process.
Andrew has a history of creating public mosaic projects, and the medium is also celebrated at Spaza, where a number of fellow mosaic artists exhibit their work.
I love mosaic. That's my special media. It's because I've got love for it and the passion. And Spaza Art Gallery helped me as an artist. They give me the opportunity to show up my works and space to exhibit.
The gallery has an interesting collection of sculptures, but other mediums you'll also find are sketches, stonework, upcycled art, as well as an array of different paintings.
In the last 10 years, there's been a huge amount of incredible mural art, paintings, public art. And then even the last two years, you'll be amazed at the number of galleries in Johannesburg. It's become like a huge art destination in itself. Currently, we've got a lovely miniatures exhibition, which I think really suits the space. And it's like affordable art. The aim of this exercise is to create new audiences as well, that people don't feel intimidated, they don't have the bucks to buy something. So when they come here, they can see it's affordable and it's good art, you know, and it's maybe something they would like to put on their wall. So yeah, it's about developing audiences, developing artists.
Just like a spaza shop, the gallery houses a smorgasbord of creativity and talent and is somewhere you'll feel right at home, viewing and acquiring art for your enjoyment.
All right, so back into the Expresso kitchen right now, this time around with the lovely Lisette Hartley, and we're making a hearty meal as well at that. A beautiful soup, we love it. When it comes to winter and those cold winter temperatures, there's nothing like a bowl of soup just to really heat you from the inside, and that is what we're sorting out this morning. Hallo Lisette, hoe gaan het?
Right, jy?
Lekker, kan nie klaar nie. So, a minestrone sop
ja.
vanoggend. Love it, love it, love it. Look at all this beautiful, colourful ingredients, eh?
Alles, jy kan alles ingooi.
That's
skorrelgoed ook, alles gaan in die pot in.
So is that the beauty of this type of soup?
That's the beauty of this. It's basically, as long as you've got a couple of basics, then you just use little bits that you've got. If you've got that one lonely potato, that one lonely courgette in your fridge, that's what you put in your soup.
I like it.
It's a brilliant soup. It's for poor people.
Okay,
See, I'm poor. That's why I love this.
You know what? In that case, I'm poor as well, because let us just indulge in this little soup. All right.
Yes.
So let's put it together quickly.
Okay,
what are you busy doing there?
So we start with a basic sort of mirepoix, which is your basic carrot, celery, some onion, and we're going to add some bacon.
Okay.
Fried off.
Oh, yes.
Get some nice caramelization going.
And that's going to add so much flavor.
Yeah, the bacon. It's all about the bacon. But if you are a vegetarian, I'm sorry for you, but you can leave out the bacon.
You can leave out the, yeah, it's not so much sorry, just saying that you can, you know, you can leave it out.
You can.
Okay. It's not going to change the soup too much.
It's not going to change the soup too much. No, it's that smokiness.
Yes.
And if you still want the smokiness, but you don't do bacon, put in a bit of smoked paprika.
Oh, I was just about to say.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, yes.
So now we're going to add some tinned tomato. It's winter, tomatoes aren't fresh. Tinned is perfect for this.
Tinned is perfect, all right. And it's quick and easy as well.
Quick and easy. And then potato, not a lot. Just nice big blocks of potato.
Okay, so this is the one potato that you scratched
potato,
out.
Yeah. The one lonely potato. Some bay.
Oh, love it.
You can use fresh or
some
dried.
Bay.
Some
bay
leaves.
for bay. That's what you're making the soup for.
This is a bit of stock. You can use veggie stock or you can use chicken stock.
Okay.
And then some water.
And then the water. Okay.
And that's it. Now you let it boil a bit until your potatoes are done.
Right.
Okay. And then about, you know, half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Give the flavours a chance to mingle.
Infuse. I love
and
it.
then we're going to add some courgettes. They can go in.
Okay. What else can I hand you?
And then right towards the end, 10 minutes before we finish cooking, in goes this rice-shaped pasta.
Okay, so it's not rice. I thought it was rice.
It doesn't have to be the shape. I just like it because it's pretty. So you can use any leftover odd packet of pasta lying around. Just break it up quite small.
Okay. So you can crush it actually
if you want. Yeah. It's just like that's wonderful. This is a leftover kind of a soup thing.
I love this.
And then this is there's some spinach or Swiss chard. You can either use kale.
Okay.
And a little bit of
cabbage.
You can add this earlier.
Wow,
I don't like adding it earlier.
Yeah, so you still get the nice the raw crunch.
A little bit of crunch,
of it.
and frankly, I don't like the taste of cabbage that's cooked too long.
Okay, I understand. Wow, that looks amazing. Listen, if you want to get your hands on this minestrone soup that we're making this morning, definitely looks like a winner, especially with those cold winter temperatures. The keyword is soup. SMS that to 33728. That's soup to 33728. And you could be making this weekend. It's going to be a nice and chilly one all around, I think, as well. All right, so that's it. And now you just further cook it down. Last but not least.
Last bit, and some drained tinned cannellini beans.
Okay, that's going into the cooked one already.
Into the cooked one. If you put them in earlier, they're going to break up.
Mush away, yeah.
And then, of course,
Parmesan. Yes, Parmesan's definitely.
You stir that in. Leave a little bit for topping afterwards.
Okay.
And that is your soup. And then you dish.
Right, let's quickly dish this out here. I'm going to hold this for you. You go ahead and do the honors, because this does look absolutely amazing. SMS the keyword soup to 33728. You can also go check out the full recipe on our website, expressoshow.com. And there we have it. Dress it for us nicely.
A little bit of Parmesan love. And
I love it how you say a little bit of Parmesan love. Oh, beautiful,
some
Lizette. Thank
fresh
you so
basil.
much.
And there we go.
And there you have it. Quick and easy
That's it.
soup with some of those leftover ingredients that you have in your home. SMS the keyword soup to 33728. That does look delicious. But you're not done yet. She's going to be here a little bit later on with another delicious recipe. Spoiling you on your Friday.
Well, listen, this is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're going to take a quick break. It's Friday Funnies, none other than Devin Gray with us in studio to share some, at least find some of the humour in some of the serious things going around. And Bobby is loving his new seat.
Bob's made sure that he's ready for it. And then we've got a very inspirational story for you, South Africa's very first visually impaired barista. And we bring you all the details after the break.
Let's go to the island. Stand together, you and me.
The new Tropica Island of Treasure theme tune is bringing sunshine into the lives of children in need.
We can win this million. We're gonna find treasure by the smooth.
When you download the full song on iTunes or Google Play, proceeds from the sale of the song will be donated to CHOC Childhood Cancer Foundation, who support children with cancer and their families. Get the tune today and help make tomorrow a little brighter for brave boys and girls with Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles. SMS CHOC to 33728 to receive the link to download to your phone. SMSs cost R1.50 and T's and C's are on tropica.co.za. Download and support these beautiful children.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And to add to that Friday spirit, it's Friday Funnies, and we have none other than comedian Devin Gray with us in studio. It's that time of the morning where we try and find the humor in all of the seriousness that's been going on in and around the world. Devin, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning,
How are
brother.
you?
I see
How's it
Bobby's
going?
wearing his jersey. He was braced
Yes.
for the Cape Storm.
This is the closest thing to a cuddle I've had in 2 weeks, so we're doing well.
Well done for admitting that, brother. Listen, let's talk about that. I
National
think
television.
the biggest talking point this week was, of course, the Cape Storm.
The Cape Storm, yes. It was actually quite intense. I don't know if you saw the Sea Point Promenade.
Yeah.
It was out of control. I actually live on the promenade, so I got to experience all of it. But every year, Cape Town, every year we get scared of when winter comes. Like, we know it was coming. We knew it was coming. We had time to prepare, but every year we get scared. Like the only way that we could have been more prepared is if they took the plane and put a big sign saying winter is coming. Like that's and people still got upset. They're like, I'm not leaving my house. But then they got upset because they said, no, I can't order food online. Like, Why are you upset? Like, you should have stocked up. You knew it was coming. Like,
Exactly, it was there. It was warning like 3-4 days in advance already.
Yeah, I went and I bought a whole bunch of things, and then I put anchor.
There we go, you know.
Yesterday was the day I pulled up my anchor. It's done.
It's done.
You're safe. You're safe.
Hiding out in your bunker.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a lot of fun. And the coolest thing was the Facebook recommendations, or the Facebook where people check in as safe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was a bit dramatic.
Very dramatic.
Like,
Very
this is a normal day in Durban. I don't know why.
But okay, so we've now spoken about the Cape Storm. Let's talk about something completely different. A library book that's been returned after 52 years.
Yes.
Wow.
At least it's been returned.
So a couple of comics and I, we were sitting together and we saw a story about someone who returned a library book after 52 years. Now, let's be honest. You both have a library book somewhere in your house that you haven't returned. We've all got one of those. And we're scared. As South Africans, we're scared that the day we take that library book back, we're going to jail, because they're going to say, it's been years. Like, how much is the fine? Like, how much would you have to pay? 52 years is a long time.
What isn't it like 10 cents or 20 cents a day?
Calculate by 52 years. If it was an encyclopedia, it must be way outdated. Like, it has 6 planets in the solar system or something
So it
like
was
that.
taken out in May 1947.
1947, yeah.
Sure.
And brought back this year. That's his Google app. This guy used his Google app had 400 pages. That was it. No images. That's version 2. Like,
Well,
yeah,
you know what? Big up for taking the book back, man. Come on, that's very, very cool.
Yeah, I think he just found it one day and was like,
It's like, oh my goodness, this is the library book. So go scour your homes and your bookcases. I'm sure you have one of those lying around still. Listen, we love the Cape Town Comedy Club. What's happening down there in terms of the Comedy Club comedian competition?
Cool. So the Show Us Your Apples competition is Show Us Your Apples. That's not Show Us Your Apples, but it's organized by the Cape Town Comedy Club, and it's for newcomers to come and show their apples.
Okay.
And the prize is quite good. They get to perform on a really big stage in front of a lot of people. Cape Town Comedy Club's done it for a couple of years. But this time it's big. It's massive. If you want to check out some of the entries, you go onto the Cape Town Comedy Club fan page, and people have to post a 30-second video of themselves doing comedy or anything really.
And be funny, in other words.
They have to be funny.
Be funny for 30 seconds.
And some of them are great. I have actually seen some of the entries. They're amazing. Some of them are people doing stand-up, which is great, but some of them are people performing to their dogs, which is
also
amazing.
weird, but it's cool.
I feel like we should get Bobby to go and watch, get him a ticket
Bobby
to the
would
dog
love
show.
a night out.
Yeah, Bobby's definitely interested in that one. Hey, Bear Bobs. Yeah.
So that's on next week. It starts next week, and it will run for the consecutive, I think it's 4 or 5 weeks, and then the final will be on the 6th week. And every week, 1 or 2 guys make it through to the final, and then whoever wins the final wins the final.
Oh, awesome. Well, Devin Gray, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
of course, if you think you're funny, do go and check it out. You said it's the Cape Town Comedy Club's Facebook page, website.
Yes, the entries are closed though.
Okay.
So if
Just
you
go and check it out.
think you're funny, come watch anyway, and then
Yes.
judge for yourself, I guess.
Well, there you go. That's your Friday funnies for this morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Yep. How do you like dem apples? Now, if like me, you love a good cup of coffee, you know the level of skill of a barista who can take some beans, some hot water and some milk and turn them into a sensational experience in a cup. Well, senses are very important for one particular barista who pours cup after perfect cup of coffee in spite of the fact that he is visually impaired. Differently abled indeed.
The most important lesson that I've learned when I totally lost my sight is to believe in myself more than anything else and never to listen to the negative things that people say in the street and to focus and knowing that everything is possible and I can achieve it. It doesn't need my sight to see, but it only needs my brain to think and to open my heart and to pour my heart into whatever that I'm doing, and it's possible.
Joseph Matiatau is the first blind barista in the country, and his extraordinary skill is a result of a long journey. He lost his sight in his left eye at the age of 3 and lost his vision in adulthood, but that hasn't stopped him.
I totally lost my sight in 2010 at the age of 34. There were so many challenges, and for me to be able to stand up and to make everything on my own because I used to sell like products to make a living. And I was wondering what am I to do, but because I believed in myself more than anybody else could. You know, I come across questions every now and then in the street that, are you blind? And then I have to explain myself all the time, which is not a bad thing, so that other people should know more about blind people than they can. And then it's not all the time where when you walk with your walking stick, it means you're blind.
Joseph uses touch and timing to make the perfect coffee. He works in the Blindiana coffee shop in Worcester, which is run by Kaleidoscope, the organization that trained him.
At Kaleidoscope, we want to enrich our blind people's lives. So we have three things that we do. We want to give them training, we give them accommodation, and we give them jobs to be able to make a life for our blind people so that they can be independent. When I met Joseph, he was a new student and he was 18 years old, and it was a new town for him to come into. And where he's now at the barista, he's taking control of the barista, he's taking control of making the coffee. He's also training other people, other blind people and partially sighted to be baristas as well. So I think Joseph grew in confidence a lot, and his confidence grew so much that now he is also a public speaker and he's a real ambassador for Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope runs a few projects that offer employment, but their aim is to train blind individuals to work in environments and industries beyond the norm or expectation.
My initial challenges for becoming a barista was to deal with something that I don't see for the clients, which has to be perfect all the time. But I knew in my mind that, you know, if I can put it in my mind and in my heart, do it out of my heart, and I can do it perfect as my clients will expect it to be like. The most challenging one was frothing the milk, and it has to be perfect for the cappuccinos. And the other thing was, if I might burn myself, you know, with the hot water, but I have to deal with that in my mind. So that's the reason why I got it right. So I never had any problems there.
Kaleidoscope is incorporating Joseph in all their work, and they are giving him exposure out there, and I'd say giving blind people and people in general the courage to follow their dreams. Joseph is one of the most inspirational people I've met, so I feel Kaleidoscope is giving him the exposure he needs to get his message out there.
Joseph is great, he's got a wonderful personality, he's a happy, positive man. He's a pleasure to be around and I'm good friends with him. Joseph's coffee is delicious. He makes extra foamy for me because I love the cappuccino.
With perfectly frothed milk, Joseph is brewing inspiration and serving motivation to all to reach beyond their limitations.
The first thing in the morning when I come here to the coffee shop, I come with a positive mind and put my smile on my face all the time, and I walk tall all the time because I know that if I can do that, it's a simple thing that nobody else can buy it for you, but it's all in your heart, and it's up to an individual to be happy, and you choose to not to be happy or to be happy. So I always choose to be happy all the time and to be on top of my game to make the best coffees all the time.
The community of Worcester has been extremely positive and supportive, and Joseph is something of a wonder to the residents and visitors.
Such an inspiring young man. Well, something else that we're inspiring ahead of Father's Day, of course, we've got Nescafe Dolce Gusto, which is a very clever, easy-to-use capsule system which has been designed to make every sip you take an unforgettable moment. And talking about memorable moments, Father's Day is coming up, and we have the perfect recipe to kickstart your dad's special day with a breakfast that is not to be forgotten. We've got the incredible Angie Boyd in studio with us this morning, and she's going to be showing us how exactly we will be achieving that this morning. Angie, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Very, very cool. Okay, so I see a conglomeration
There's
of
a
lot
stuff.
of ingredients. What are you making for us today?
All right, mouthful. We've got coffee pecan flapjacks, or crumpets, as you want to call them.
Yeah.
Then we're going to make a chocolate coffee sauce to drizzle over. And then a coffee cream, and then some marinated oranges to go with it. Coffee, chocolate, oranges, beautiful combination.
You got me at coffee. That's all I'm going to say. You got me at coffee. Okay, cool. So what variant of Nescafe Dolce Gusto are you going to be using today?
We're going to use the Intenso today because it's got a beautiful flavour and aroma. It's nice and strong and intense.
Yeah.
And it's got a good crema, which is the creaminess that we're after with our cream and our chocolate sauce.
Okay, wonderful stuff. All right, so I'm going to be making you the espressos.
Yes,
you can do the baking
I'll
because
do
that's
the
what you
baking.
do best. I'll do this. How many of these espressos do you need?
Okay, I've got one, so I'm going to need another 2, please.
Okay, wonderful. I've got that. So
Perfect.
you're going to start off with us along.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm gonna start
with your
off.
flapjacks, and then I will make our espressos using the amazing Nescafe Dolce Gusto over here. Can I just tell you how easy this is to use, number one? It is absolutely amazing. I just put in my capsule. It's already at the level that it needs to be for an espresso. And then you simply just pop it on. And then it makes the espresso.
Brilliant. So what I've got here is my dry ingredients. I've got some cake flour, some salt, a little bit of sugar and baking powder. And then we've got our egg and some milk. And then I'm just going to wait for that beautiful coffee to come out.
Okay, wonderful. We're nearly there. Look how rich and creamy this is.
That's what we want. Rich and creamy.
Oh, that intense aroma. Gorgeous.
Okay. You're going to just pour this into this bowl for me, if that's okay.
Great. I wish you could smell this. Amazing. And then you need the second one.
Then I need the second one.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to
So
lift
while
this
you're
up.
doing that, I'm going to mix this. And we'll just fry one of them off. Okay, so we've got a nice smooth batter. And this batter can be made in advance and you can leave it to stand.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, you can just fry a few of them off. You don't need any oil in the pan. You're just going to put it into a hot pan. Make little baby ones, then you can have lots.
Little baby ones. I love that. Very nice.
Okay.
Okay, your second espresso's
Right.
just been made.
Perfect. So
quick,
while that's
easy.
cooking,
All
we're
right.
now going to move on to the chocolate sauce.
Gorgeous.
So I've got some cream in here, and we're going to add this espresso into the cream.
Okay.
We've got some sugar, some cocoa, and a little bit of butter.
Stunning.
Because the richer, the better.
The richer, the better. Like Zola always says, more butter, more better. Yes.
She's quite right.
She's so right.
Okay.
Our chocolate's going
And
in
then we're going to
there.
add the chocolate off the heat.
This is a very healthy recipe because
It's
it's got
so
dark
healthy.
chocolate, so full of antioxidants in there, hey?
Super healthy, super yummy.
And we're eating mini flapjacks, let it be known.
Yeah, because then you can have it. And the kids can jump in and help to make these, which is really nice.
Absolutely
So what you
amazing.
end up with is this, which is a
Yeah.
lovely, rich chocolate sauce. We're going to add some pecans to that.
Gorgeous.
Forgot to add the pecans to the batter,
it's
but
all
hey,
good,
it's all good. And then we're going to pour that over.
It's going to have such nice texture.
Right, so I'm going to pour that over, and then we're going to make our cream very quickly.
Dads are going to be
Doesn't that
loving
look-
this come Father's Day.
Wow.
That looks disgustingly decadent.
And our two dads in the background are losing their minds.
And they're not allowed any of this
And they're
yet.
not allowed anything, so I will help them out because that's what friends do.
Right, and then we're adding our cold. This espresso is cold.
Yeah.
And if we're just going to give this a
Just
good
mix
mix.
that up.
This is a bit of a messy business today.
It's all good, it's all good. We're allowed to have a mess every so now and then.
Okay, so we mix this up into a lovely, rich and thick cream. I'm going to
Yeah.
add some sugar to that.
Yeah.
So we didn't have enough sugar yet.
How easy was my job though? I just had to make the
Your job is
espresso
so
in this
easy.
lovely Nescafe Dolce Gusto because that's all you need in your life. It's amazing.
I feel like you should make us another one
No.
so we can enjoy
yeah,
it without...
You don't have to ask me twice. I can do that for you. Okay, let me just pop this one out, pop that one in there. And this one is to be drank.
Yes, that's
All
for
right,
us.
awesome.
We'll share it.
Wonderful
Okay.
stuff.
So this is taking me forever and half a day.
That's all good, it's all good. Okay, while I end this off, you can actually just continue whisking
Yes.
that baby up, of course, because we want you to be able to spoil your dad this Father's Day with an amazing breakfast. Can we bring our dads in over here? Get in here, boys.
I thought to never ask.
Yeah,
seriously.
this was not going to happen.
Angie, you are
Daddy.
You're just going to torture us. He's been dying to get on that whisk. You have no idea. He's been sitting there, just ghost
poor
whisking.
Angie, man. Yeah.
What on earth is that? Come on, guys.
Okay, so
This
then
is
we've got some
unfair.
orange segments there too.
Marinated
Yeah.
segments.
Glorious.
Oh, man. But listen, you've been talking about that competition, a great competition that you can win with Nescafe Dolce Gusto. You can actually redeem a 500 Rand voucher, win a 500 Rand voucher when purchasing a Nescafe Dolce Gusto machine online. And all you need to do is go to www.dolce-gusto.co.za, shop online and use the special code on screen right now, and you can get 500 Rand off your selected machine. It's very, very easy.
What I'm saying is it sounds like a really nice Father's Day present. I mean, look, man, the very first Father's Day.
Absolutely.
Right?
And also make sure to visit the Expresso Facebook page and also Twitter pages for more details. Those T's and C's are available on dolce-gusto.co.za. Easy as that.
Yay! Graham, I got you this one.
Thank you, love.
No, I'm only kidding. I didn't.
All right. So guys, here's the deal. I'm going to tell you about a great Father's Day competition that you can win in just a second. But Angie, this looks absolutely Wow, phenomenal. Like we've got to weigh in later and have the fight tomorrow,
man,
and we
this is
cannot
like
touch
the
this.
worst
But
torture ever.
best believe I'm going to pack that in a lunchbox.
Yeah, I know. Please put it in a Tupperware. So, as we mentioned, Father's Day is around the corner, and we want to really help you guys celebrate in style. So, we're giving you guys the chance of winning an advanced driving course at one of the coolest tracks around, Kyalami, and an amazing sorbet voucher giveaway this Father's Day, and that's compliments of Nescafe Dolce Gusto. So all you need to do is take a selfie of you and your dad enjoying your coffee moment. Make sure to tag at Dolce Gusto ZA and use the hashtag #MyCoffeeMyWay. Then tune in on Monday as Tapelo Mokoena, one of the coolest gents around, joins us in studio to discuss these exciting giveaways with Nescafe Dolce Gusto. And you can find all of the terms and conditions on dolcegusto.co.za.
You would have noticed I had like a really mean side eye now towards the
That's just
within
so
that because
low
down. Don't worry, guys. I got this. I got this.
Oh, nasty.
It tastes as good as it looks. Nescafe Dolce Gusto.
Well, listen, we're taking a quick break on your Feel Good Breakfast show. The Tony Awards will bring you a pre of what to expect, what to look out for, and then, of course, stick around. We're going to spend some time in the kitchen making a fail-proof scone recipe, so don't go anywhere. We'll see you after the break.
Saving on travel is quick and easy with TravelStart. When you book any flight at travelstart.co.za, you will receive a voucher for 50% off your next 2 Uber rides to or from the airport. Simply enter the voucher code in the Uber app when you book your ride at your convenience. It's just another amazing way to enjoy hassle-free, budget-friendly travel when you have TravelStart to take you all the way for half the price with Uber.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Back to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Thank you for tuning in with us. It is your Friday. Now, the Tony Awards is around the corner, and we thought we will bring you some of the things to look out for, though we can't say anything else other than what I think the public knows.
Exactly. Well, the 2017 Tony Awards it's just days away, and I must tell you, the hype is so real, and it's going to bring together some of the biggest nights in theatre. And can you blame us for being excited? What's bound to happen is what everybody is asking. Well, we won't and can't spoil it for you yet, but we can tell you what we know. And this is it. Oscar, Golden Globe, Tony Award-winning House of Cards star Kevin Spacey is hosting this year's ceremony, and with all of his stellar credentials behind his name and even a theatrical background himself, Broadway's biggest night will surely be a memorable one. He's the guy who showed us how to pay it forward.
Yes, yes, he is indeed. I think he's going to be a great host.
Absolutely. Now, in terms of nominations, let's just say every category is going to be a tight race. For example, hits like Come From Away and Groundhog Day, the musical, are some of the contenders for Best Musical, while Best Play sees Sweat and Oslo V for the title, or rather Vi for the title. I thought that was a French word, but it isn't. It's very English. Now, as for the acting, Bette Midler. When last have you seen Bette Midler on stage?
It's been a while. It's been a while, but I think, you know, she's still got everything going for her.
Exactly. She's the wind beneath our wings. She's again nominated for Best Actress. No surprise there. And she'll be contending against the likes of Christine Ebersole, Patti LuPone, and then Eva Nobelazada. And then what is surprising is their male counterparts, Christian Borle, as well as Andy Carl and Ben Platt, are all nominated. And of course, musician Josh Groban, when he's not singing, he's on stage. He made the cut too. We knew that he could sing, but he certainly is making his mark as an actor as well.
But that's incredible. I mean, I can't imagine he's been acting for that long.
Yeah.
So to be nominated for a Tony is incredible.
They make me so proud. And then while we don't know who will take home the awards just yet, we do know that the legendary actor James Earl Jones, The Voice, will be honoured for his work within the industry by receiving the Special Tony Award for Lifetime Achievement in the world of theatre. Certainly well deserved. And then, of course, while performances have been kept under wraps, something tells us that we will get a treat, because when some of the biggest talents come together, it's bound to be epic. So don't worry, we'll keep you on the pulse with everything that goes down. It's exciting.
Yes, I won't be surprised if Josh Groban breaks out a number or two.
I know.
I think he might do that.
He should. We would expect nothing less. Well, remember to tune into Expresso this Monday for a roundup of the exciting night.
Thank you, ladies. Jumping into the kitchen with another gem of ours, the Z Hearty, and we are going to show you how to make fail-proof scones, okay? Because we all love scones, especially when it's winter, it's cold, a cup of tea with some cream and cheese. Oh my goodness, here I go. It's amazing, it's amazing. Lizette, kom ons maak 'n bietjie skone.
Ja.
Is this baie sleg vir Afrikaans daai?
Ja, die botterbroodjies.
Die botterbroodjies. Skone.
Hierdie is 'n maklike resep. Dis doen niks met die hande nie.
Okay.
Die masjien het alles doen. Jy kan dit met die hand doen, maar ek's lui.
Okay, maar jy's lui, maar jy kan met die hand doen en jy gaan dit nog steeds reg kry.
Ja.
Okay.
So hierdie is 'n bietjie meel.
Alright,
ek bruismeel. En dan 'n klein bietjie strooisuiker en 'n klein bietjie sout.
Alright.
Hulle gaan alles in.
Alright, so some caster sugar going in there, and then
some
butter.
cold cube butter.
Cold butter.
Cold butter.
Not room temperature butter.
Not room temperature butter.
Okay.
Butter needs to be cold.
Do we want it to do we want this to crumb?
We want it to crumb.
You
You've been
see, I
around for
do
a
know a
while.
thing about baking. It's amazing. I've learned something over the past couple of years.
And now you just pulse.
Okay, so up until you get kind of what. So it kind of needs to resemble breadcrumbs, if I'm not mistaken.
And done.
Is that it?
That's it. We
Wow.
crumb.
I can understand why a machine will make your life a little bit easier.
And now in goes an egg.
Okay.
If you do this with your hands, just lightly.
Okay.
You don't want to. Ooh.
Oh,
It won't.
yeah, you know, she looks after your safety.
And a bit of milk.
All right.
Let's just put that in there.
Let's see the magic happen. Yes, look at that. Okay.
You hear that noise?
So once it starts
she's done.
Hitting around, she's done. Okay, SMS the keyword bake to 33728 to get your hands on this beautiful scone recipe, or scones as they're also known as.
We are just going to tumble this out.
All right.
Not cutting myself.
Yeah, no, just be careful.
Now you can either roll this out with a rolling pin.
Okay.
Or you can just use your hands to bring it together. So we're just going to bring it together.
Ah, look at that. Okay.
See, there we go. So if you want them very neat, roll them out.
Yeah.
If you don't have a rolling pin, press
But
it.
I like a rustic kind of look when it
Yes.
comes to a scone, and that is what we enjoy. Bake is our keyword. SMS that to 33728 for these little deliciousnesses that's on the plate in front of me right now.
And then they go on a tray that's lined.
All right. Just
And
with
then
some,
what
what is
they
this,
get,
baking paper?
This baking paper, and this is an egg wash. It's just some egg and milk. So we have a nice shiny surface.
All right.
And in the oven for 10 minutes.
For
and
10
then
minutes.
done.
And that is how
That's it.
And I promise, like Lizette said, if you follow these steps, all right, your recipe cannot fail. All right, you'll get a perfect scone, not the type of scone that you're going to throw through a wall, basically.
No, not very
They're nice
light.
and soft and light, which is amazing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. That keyword, once again, bake to 33728. But for all the recipes, of course, that we always make on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, go on to our website, expressoshow.com. It's as easy as that. There we go. Bake one more time to 33728.
Well, you know what? The weekend is here, and Chef Clem Pedro has you covered for your Friday night dinner. Clem will be guiding you through an exotic range of mushrooms and showing the Afternoon Express team how to put together a deliciously decadent mushroom gnocchi, perfect for these chilly evenings.
So we've seen Tropica reward some very lucky viewers with some experiences of a lifetime. And Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles consumer contestant Michelle Allen accompanied another very lucky winner on an unforgettable once-in-a-lifetime paragliding adventure over the mother city.
Tropica Island of Treasure is giving a taste of adventure to their competition winners. Ashwin Trimble took to the skies by paragliding alongside Tropica Island of Treasure Seychelles contestant Michelle Allen.
We're on the top of Signal Hill this morning. We're about to run off the side of this mountain to do some paragliding. Unfortunately, Maurice, my teammate, couldn't join me today. I'm really bummed about it, but I think it's going to be fun nonetheless because I'm joined by the View Experience winner, Ashwin. Ashwin, I'm really stoked to have you with me.
I'm very excited to be with you as well.
Amazing. Is this something you've always wanted to do?
Always a child dream, and yeah, so I'm glad it's happening today.
And how are you feeling? Excited, nervous?
Excited, nervous. I'm going with an open mind, so we'll see what happens.
What part are you most looking forward to? Being in the air or running off or?
Being in the air and just looking at the view from the top.
And I have to ask, what is your favorite flavor of Tropica?
I have it in my hand at the moment.
Oh, yay.
It's mango and peach.
Awesome.
So that's a bit.
Amazing. Well, let's go do this.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Paragliding offers some of the most breathtaking aerial views of Cape Town after a thrilling running takeoff from Signal Hill. No training or experience is necessary, and it's gentle enough to be enjoyed by anyone.
That was amazing. That was incredible. I think it's just, everybody has to try it. The view was insane. It was the perfect weather conditions. It was, yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I'd definitely do it again. I'd right back up right now and do it again.
It was amazing. The experience, the view from there, and nice weather today, so that's amazing for me. I had an open mind going into it, but I didn't know how it feel. I don't know experience, so I know how now. I would do it again. Yes, I would do it right away. I just wanted to say, like, to Tropica, like, thank you for the experience and to tick off a bucket list. It's amazing.
With an incredible experience ticked off his bucket list, Ashwin can now say he knows there's nothing smoother than winning with Tropica. Ah, what an incredible experience, eh?
Awesome.
But like you've seen, Tropica launched a new twist for viewers to stand a chance of winning a taste of paradise with a new Tropica Slender. Now, every day, we have asked viewers to buy Tropica Slender and go onto Tropica's social pages to comment on the post with their own twist ending using that hashtag Slender Twist to stand a chance of winning hampers and also go into the draw to win a trip for two to the Seychelles, courtesy of Air Seychelles and the Savoy Resort and Spa. It is a phenomenal prize. And then come every Friday, we will be announcing the 4 weekly hamper winners and also the weekly finalists that will go into the draw for the grand prize. So this morning, congratulations to Debbie Gray, Ramona Moodley, Lebogang Mashile and Michelle Gersbach. You have each won yourself a fabulous Tropica Slender hamper. Give a round of applause.
Yeah, well
gentlemen.
done, guys.
Thank
All
you very much.
very
Thank you
creative.
very much.
But of course, we have to decide on one entrant to go through to that grand prize draw today. And for our weekly winner who will go into that draw to stand a chance of winning that grand prize, as phenomenal as it is, she's got to answer one very easy question today and get it right, obviously. We are talking to Debbie Gray. Very good morning, Debbie.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You sound a little bit nervous and with good reason. First of all, kudos.
I am actually, yeah.
Your Slender twist was brilliant. We had a lot of really good entrants, but yours was very creative. But now the ultimate test to see if you're going to be one of the finalists to go through into that grand prize draw and hopefully book yourself that VIP trip to the Seychelles. I've got to ask you a very important question. So listen up and concentrate. How many how many twist flavors does Tropica Slender have? Is it A, 4, or B, 30?
A, 4.
Dun, dun, dun. Congratulations. See, you had nothing to be nervous about. Well done again on your brilliant twist. It really was cool. And good luck. We'll be holding thumbs for you in that finale.
Absolutely. Thanks, Debbie. And in the meanwhile, enjoy that hamper of yours. Remember, you can also enter by answering with your very own twist on the story. T's and C's can be found on Tropica's website. That's tropica.co.za.
Well, still to come after the break, we share a very touching tribute to the legend that was Johan Botha from 50/50, who very tragically lost his life in an armed robbery. All that more coming up after the break. Welcome back to Expresso here on SABC3, your feel-good breakfast show. I think it is the entire country is in mourning this morning as we talk about Johan Botha, who was on the long-running show 50-50 on SABC2, lost his life on Wednesday night at around 7:30 as a cause of an attempted or an armed robbery. He was trying to protect a friend when he was shot and killed. And I think we are devastated at the news, and that such an incredible person should be lost in a manner like this.
I mean, our heart really does go out to the Botha family and also that extended family within 50-50. But just looking at the range of people that have weighed in to pay tribute to this incredible presenter, and I think ultimately conservationist, that really does bring to bear how amazing he was as a human and a conservationist. RIP, deepest condolences to his family and friends. Crime is out of control. That coming from Claire Bear, who we know quite well. The evil that took Johan Botha in a few seconds reminds us to cherish our loved ones while they are still with us. Neighbourly app there, sending condolences to all. There are so many amazing tributes coming through. This one, Albert Merritt's Man Vatse Man Konstan. We are seeing, I think, a lot of people, yes, that connected to him on a level of the 50-50, but I think just as a conservationist in general, St. Lucia shattered to hear the passing of Johan Botha. He believed in me and my music long before anyone else did. Violent South Africa TV presenter, producer Johan Botha, an owner, shot dead last night, reinforcing the facts that came through on the evening. I think the SABC also weighing in quite heavily. Elaine, RIP Johan. As a viewer of 50-50, I will always remember you with respect. Gavin saying, Johan Botha, you'll be remembered as a knowledgeable person and a nature conservationist. But there are thousands of messages coming through, and I know it comes as very little condolence, but hopefully the message of love will in some way ease just a little bit that pain that the family must be feeling.
I think there's one word that kind of simplifies everything that South Africans are going through when it comes to crime. Absolutely senseless. There was no need for this. So I think we need to really start taking a look at this hashtag that is going around the country, Violent South Africa. This is not the kind of country that we want to be living in. Definitely not where violence reigns. But our thoughts and prayers go out to Johan Botha and his family.
Well, listen, this is your Feel Good Breakfast show. Our condolences certainly going out to Johan's family. Well, listen, we're going to give you a quick update of what you can expect on your Feel Good Breakfast show next week. You can catch, it's Youth Day, so it's another short week for those who get to have a public holiday. But we ask our learners what do they think of Youth Day and our Expresso AMPD. We also have Lushwell in studio to do some fitness. And then, of course, we'll bring you a tech update. It's all about smart cities.
I like that. And then, of course, I'm sure if you have been following our very own Zola Nene on her social media account, you'll know that she's been living it up in China, and she's there with Siba as well, and some of the biggest names in the foodie industry, and she's won an award for her cookbook. And we're going to chat to her and just get a roundup as to all of those incredible experiences that
I've bought so many copies of that book to give to like every family and friend.
Oh, man,
that might be a reason why she's hit those
But listen,
sales.
she's been living it up. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, and then Tapelo Mokoena is in with an unbelievable competition. If you want to send your dad for an advanced driver's course on a Kyalami racetrack, stay tuned. But we love you guys so much. And
cheers, guys.
Safe.
We'll see you on Monday.
Bye.
Another feel-good production.